All right, and we are live, I believe. Yeah, there we are.
Six.
All right, we'll go
This
ahead
is
and start.
Delinquents.
So whatever you're talking about, stop doing that. All right.
Dude, I'm talking about Palmer's hot ass.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Delinquents, session number 21. The last time we
21.
played was session 20 on October 1st, 2021. I'll give a quick recap, and then we'll get right back into the game. So, in our last session, the party had just returned from their glimpse of the future after meeting a mysterious chronomancer named Abraham, a member and potential leader of a mysterious group called the Mages of the Vaudevillian Order. Upon returning from this whack-ball fucko trip through space and time, the party went to another one of the buildings on Gambit Street, the Albatross. The, whatever it's actually called, Albatross. It has a full name, but it doesn't matter. Got a table and sat down to enjoy a nice dinner with their friend and benefactor, Mr. Cairo Vangelis. The waiter there was super freaky fast. As the party enjoyed their evening and shared in some small talk with Cairo about their origins and their interests, Gunner Snipe noticed some suspicious things going on with a couple bottles of wine that had been ordered, and quickly deemed that the wine that Cairo had ordered, which should have been identical to that Idelmo had ordered, had been tainted or tampered with in some way. Instead of warning Idelmo, he instead simply switched the bottles so that the tampered with bottle was in front of him, leaving Cairo safe. Cairo poured Felicity a large glass of wine, and the rest of the party partook of their food and drink, with Ezra accidentally being given, well, maybe not accidentally, but being given the poisoned wine. Cairo ordered the most expensive things on the menu, and after their dinner realized, oh no, all of his money was in fact fake. Prop money from a performance that he had been involved with recently. Luckily, Powell covered the entire tab from the money that he had gotten from his recent art sale. Upon leaving the Albatross, Cairo learned that, he had in fact brought his real gold pouch as well, full of enough money to pay for the dinner several times over. Following this, the party went to Arby's shop, a traditional gnomish store, a little market, and met with Arby, an enthusiastic gnome, who proceeded to give Ezra a talking to that nearly killed him. Or perhaps it had something to do with the tainted wine that finally managed to course its way through his bloodstream, poisoning him, causing him to foam at the mouth and enter a catatonic state. Luckily, Arby came prepared and had in the back of his shop the antidote, the venom of a large creature, a giant scorpion. He took the pincer from it, the stinger, and jabbed Ezra in the heart, saving his life, fatiguing him greatly, and costing the party another 10 gold pieces, which Powell also paid for. Idelmo bought 2 meadworms. Felicity got 13, count them, 1 extra, preserved eggs. Hugo learned about eating rocks. Powell bought some eating rocks for him. And that was that. They left Arby's shop after making a few traditional gnomish purchases. How fun. Finally, as night drew on Gambit Street, Cairo insisted that they visit the Golden Gambit, the crown jewel of Gambit Street, a casino that draws people from far and wide through the city to win and lose fortunes. There, they mingled with the large diverse crowd, engaging in light gambling in the form of Dop Dice and Crimson River, two famous Squid City gambling games. But as they enjoyed their time at the Golden Gambit, things took a turn for the worse. As Snipe and then the others noticed that the regular patrons of the Gambit were beginning to leave, filter out through the doors, and in their place, more gnomes. Finally, the party realized that Cairo had suddenly become the center of attention at a far side of the casino, surrounded by a gigantic crowd of dozens of gnomes. Intervening, Agval entered into the middle of the crowd to protect Vangelis, with the rest of the members of the party either joining him or positioning themselves on the outskirts of the crowd to provide support if anything happened. Over the magical speakers, a booming voice echoed throughout the casino, acknowledging Cairo and explaining that he owed the casino a very large sum of money, that if he was not able to pay back tonight, he may be punished for it, as the dozens of monsters all brandished their weapons, firearms. The party managed to fork up enough gold to bet on a game of Dop Dice, a simplified version. Odds or evens. One you win, one you lose. The dice were thrown, and Ezra secretly used his powers granted to him by Barilus to, oh no, I think, can you guys hear me? Oh, come on. Oh no, we've lost Discord again. Alright, hold on. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We've got some internet connectivity issues that we're dealing with right now. Come on, I'm begging. All right, sorry about that.
Midnight.
All right, anyways. Ezra, using the powers granted to him by his the demon within him, Barilus, was able to successfully alter the falling of the dice, putting it in the party's favor, winning the bet, making the party enough money to pay off Cairo's large gambling debt, and securing him safe passage from the Golden Gambit safely. So, after winning the bet, the party hurriedly exited from the Golden Gambit and began returning to the Parliamentarian, walking through the dark, dimly lit Squid City streets as they headed back towards the Clock Tower Market. When suddenly, after over an hour of walking through these dark streets, they heard in the distance, quickly approaching, the familiar whining and grinding of a gear carriage approaching their position. With barely enough time to react, the party watched as a gear carriage cascaded down the road, barreling right towards them and screeching to a halt. Watched as poof, the cabin doors on the side opened up to reveal 3 mobsters, 2 armed with pistols and 1 with a horrific long rotary gun, something that the party has never seen before, and perhaps no one has, an experimental technology. A roar of gunfire erupted, lighting up the street and nearly deafening the party, as they were all struck by a hail of gunfire, desperately attempting to avoid the storm of metal debris coming towards them. Not all of the party was as fortunate as to avoid the brunt of the bullets, with Cecile many round from the mobsters' drive-by attack, though determined not to let anyone else hurt her friends after the terrible, terrible day and the many attempts on Cairo's life. She stood up in an act of defiance and commanded the mobsters that they would not hurt her friends any longer. As another round of gunfire erupted from the open cabin doors, sending her spiraling to the ground, covered in her own blood. That is where we left off last session. Do we have any questions before we begin? All right.
Ready to kill some gangsters.
Hearing none, I need you all...
You have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Is he holding the rotary gun, or is it like propped up?
It is mounted inside the carriage.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, it is big. You take a look at it. It's a like a 4-foot long, big old tube with kind of a smaller tube protruding at the ends, like the barrel, and then a box in the back that is kind of mounted on, and a crank from which the operator was using it.
Okay, thank you.
Great. So, I will have all of you roll for initiative. And I will have Agval, Ashim, Aaron, and Gutter Snipe all roll wisdom saving throws.
Oh. Okay. Initiative it is. What is my initiative?
Wisdom saving. Okay.
16.
Nat 20 on the saving throw.
Okay.
Both 12.
Okay. 12.
I gotta give a shout out to Beth for these metal dice, because every time I throw them inside my plastic bin, the impact is so much that it literally, like, briefly the bin bounces off the table from the dice.
Epic. Yeah, they're cool dice.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The coins are kind of sharp, but it kind of adds to the coolness of them.
I won the roll off.
Okay. Okay. Give me just 1 second. Okay. Sheen,
What?
okay.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see.
Is that what you just did to us?
Rolls a 3.
That's why you know.
And for the save, he rolls. Okay.
Oh, smell. Oh, I swallowed it. Yeah, I should be. They're fully resistant. All standing. Do it.
Guybrush went yoip.
Yeah, remember? Adbrush took it out of me. So,
Okay.
I no longer.
You weren't there.
That's fair.
You were a postman.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. Agful got a 20 as well, and you won the roll off. All right, Lauva, you are up first. You watch as the gear carriage screams to a halt, and the gunfire erupts twice from the cabin. Before it comes to a stop, the smoke hanging heavy in the air, and your friends all having taken cover as best as they can around you. You're all lying upon the ground. You're not prone. You can get up without expending any movement.
Is Mobster 4 on the inside or outside?
Okay, so Mobster 4 is in the back, driving the. So here, I'll show you this. This is kind of you see this long one here, this long gear carriage drawing.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is similar to that, except the gears are further in the back, and so the cabin is longer.
Awesome. Okay.
So he's visible in the back, and then the three here are in the carriage. So they've got some cover.
Poggers. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna get up and move here. Just went over.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take out my bow, I guess.
All right. You draw your.
I'm aiming for number 4.
Okay. Go to
I
roll
got
for your
a 10 to hit.
check. 10 misses.
Yikes. And then I'm going to use my supremacy dice to rally and tell these
Yeah.
motherfuckers. Shut the fuck up, Ron. Tell my friends, I ain't dying to no machine. They gotta fight us like men.
Okay.
And they get, what's my charisma? They get 6 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Yo, let's go.
All right.
That's wonderful.
Lava, you pick yourself up off of the ground, draw your bow, and let off a quick arrow that zoom whizzes by the gear carriage operator as he ducks under one of the gears. And then you let out a triumphant rally call to rally your friends to save themselves in this this terrible circumstance. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Agval.
Few things. One,
Before
I'd
you
like.
begin your turn,
Mhm.
you pick yourself up barely up off of the ground. You're kind of on your hands and knees, and you see them before you, the gear carriage with the mobsters who have just attacked you. And as you prepare to pick yourself up and attack, you begin to see little flits of color on the edges of your vision. Reds and greens and yellows and blue. And they disorient you for a moment. You grab your head to try and focus, but you look and you watch as those flits of color, they fade into monochromacy. Red begins filling the edges of your vision, and as you look at the gear carriage and the mobsters in it, and you begin to you huff and puff because no longer do you see them as just a threat. You see them as a hunt, as prey. And you look around and you see around you, your fellows around you are nothing more than trees in a forest to be ignored, to be forgotten as you hunt. You are filled with the primal urge, the primal fury to hunt and kill this threat in front of you.
All right. Question for
Yes.
you. The gun is attached to what? No.
Oh. Hold on. Oh man, we're really gonna deal with bad internet all night tonight, aren't we? We're gonna deal with bad internet all night tonight. Go ahead and repeat that.
Is the gun on 4 or 2 and 3?
2 and 3.
I see. Okay. Well, I assume I'm raging. So then I am going to move 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, we'll say 20. And I am going to. Oh, we're going to mess him up. Here's a question for you. Do you think I can move right here in between both, 3 and 4 without provoking opportunity?
So you would have to. So let me draw real quick, kind
Yeah.
of how this looks.
Yeah.
So actually, go ahead and go to this one here again. So
Yeah.
this here is like an open back. It's about this size. All of this here that is in red is enclosed, and you've got like doors that have swung open. So to do that, you have to swing around from the back, which may be difficult to do. You may try if you'd like to.
I might do something else then. I'm going to go straight for the gun. So can I go 5, 10, 15, and immediately jump in, like, in front of these two guys? Can I do
Yes,
doors
you
of
may.
small? Sweet. I want to be right there. And who was the one that was holding the gun? Was that 3?
Number 3 is the one operating the gun. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to fuck him up. I'm going to pull out my warhammer and swing at his legs.
Okay.
You take him out.
Go ahead and roll for the attack.
Alrighty. I add a billion numbers to whatever I'm going to roll here.
Oh yeah, Mr. Cairo's still there.
And then
Yeah, I guess the jig is up when it comes to our secret identities now. At least for a couple of us.
Perhaps
I don't
so.
I don't think
15.
anybody's posing as casters.
A 15.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, you're done now, kid.
We can still have our secret identities and be fighters. Strong man has strong thing.
Let's see. I forgot how to math.
12.
That is 10 damage.
Okay. 10 damage to Mobster 3. You jump
Absolutely.
up as soon as you somewhat gather your senses, or at least your, your motivation. You throw yourself up onto your 2 feet by pushing up off of your front, or your arms, and run towards the gear car as quickly as you can, jumping on and pulling out your warhammer. The 2 kind of get out of the way as you jump aboard. And before he has time to get out of the way, the operator, bam, is smacked by your warhammer. You deal 10 damage.
I missed some of that. Yeah, okay. I deal 10
You
damage.
froze like this.
Oh. You jump on, you smack him hard. 10 damage.
Yeah!
Great. Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Ishim and Gutter Snipe, you guys also rolled the same. Did you roll off?
No, we did not.
Shoot.
Okay, go ahead and do that, please.
18.
All right, you're good.
All right.
I take.
Ishim, you are up.
Okay. Just to clarify, from where I'm standing right now, I can see Mobster 4, and the others I cannot.
You can see Mobster. You have a sight line on basically all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they've
Cool.
all kind of leaned out of the car. They're right in the front of it, on the side, with their
Yeah.
fucking guns and the big gun.
Okay. Range-wise, how much is each square here?
5 feet,
5 feet? Okay.
always 5 feet.
Cool. I'm gonna step in front of Cairo here. Nice. Gonna turn around to him and just kind of briefly say, Now, don't be surprised by what you're about to see next. And I pull out my staff from underneath my trench coat,
God's
give it a
above.
swirl, slam it on the ground, and I cast Acid Air.
Okay.
And it's roll to hit.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll.
Just check my spell shits here again.
Checkmate, nerds. I can do spells.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, let me just double check. Okay. I'm hitting, by the way, Monster 4.
Okay. Yeah, 20 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage, please.
Total of 17 damage.
Okay.
At the start of his next turn, he'll take another 2d4 acid damage.
Okay. Great. So.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. You pick yourself up, stand in front of Cairo, and say your piece. And as you slam your staff onto the ground, you hear him behind you just, God's above. And he steps back a little bit as an acid arrow kind of a little tight little green bead of magical energy kind of is created at the top of your staff. It shoots out. It slams and bursts into the fourth mobster in the back, coating him in acid and burning away at some of his flesh and his thick coat. You hear him cry out in pain as he attempts to get some of the acid off of him to no avail. Is that your turn?
And just kind of just hold on, we're gonna get you out of this.
Okay.
And then that's my turn.
All right, cool. Gutter Snipe, you're up next.
Right.
Major.
Controversial. Cairo. And I hold out my hand to Mr. Cairo, and I'm gonna take him by the hand and run off into the alleyway with him.
Okay. All right. You grab him, and you start running. I'm going to say, because of his terrible, horrible old age, you're going to have half movement speed while you're guiding him. And also, hold on. Hold
You
on.
haven't. 30.
All right. I don't know if you heard that.
We did.
Okay, yeah. You have half movement speed while you're doing this. So you can go ahead and move where you'd like. Okay.
In the alleyway.
All right. You begin running into the alleyway with Cairo in tow. He's trying to move as quickly as he can with you, though because you are small and he is old, he's kind of half limping with his cane, half getting dragged along, and you manage to pull him the 15 feet away into the alleyway. Is that your turn?
So is that only my movement then, or does that count as my action?
I will say. Well, you're bringing him. I'm going to say it's your action. Yeah, because you're effectively carrying him.
Yeah. All right. Then there's nothing more I can do.
Okay.
I passed my turn.
All right. It's the mobster's turn. So, Agval.
Oh, I'm ready.
Mobsters 1 and 2 turn towards you and aim their pistols right at you, firing.
You said 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
Great.
Both fire at you. What resistances do you have right now?
Everything except for psychic.
Okay, well, they're not dealing that. And what's your AC?
16.
Let's see. Okay,
You take good damage.
one hits. And one's nat 20. All right.
Yeah, much up.
Okay. The mobsters quickly pull out their pistols. You watch as these distorted forms kind of shift and warp in front of you. You can tell that something is happening with them, though you're unsure what, until two bright flashes of light emanate from them, and you feel sharp pain as two bullets rip through your upper abdomen. You take 33 piercing damage, halved by your resistance, so you take 16.
Great. I'd like to reduce that by a D12. Stone. What is it? Stone heritage, right?
Okay,
So let's see. We reduce it by 12.
12. Okay, you take 4 piercing damage. They rip through you.
Yeah, we do.
But in your primal fury, your primal rage, the pain is nothing more than an inconvenience, and you are unhindered by these setbacks. Mobster 3 revs up the gun a second time and fires in a flurry towards
Didn't
Aaron,
you get-
Lauva, and Palmer.
Didn't Lobster 3 get prone?
No, he was just hit.
Oh, okay.
Question.
Hey,
He's targeting someone else other than me, and he's right next to me, right?
yes.
I get an opportunity to attack.
Okay, go ahead and make that. If you'd like.
9 plus
Boy hours over here.
6.
Hold on. Once more.
16.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Big.
That was on melee.
7. 9 plus
Oh.
9 plus 5. So 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah. 7. 8
All right.
plus 5.
As you see this form shifting and warping, you take your warhammer again and bash, smash the figure with it, dealing 14 damage. It kind of slumps over this oblong form before it picks itself up and Aaron, Lauva, and Palmer all need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yikes.
What? Come on.
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
A 10.
All right.
That was with my thing.
You
Die.
you guys, Lauva and Aaron, the two of you hear Palmer yell, "Move, man!" And he immediately drops down onto the ground. But before you're able to get out of the way, you hear the of the gunfire, and you both take. Hold on. Where's this? Let's see. You both take 8 piercing damage.
Okay. That's not bad.
You try to duck
Oh,
down as
sorry.
best as you can, but a few of these pieces of metal rip by. One catches you just by the cheek, mere centimeters away from straight through your head. Another one mostly graze you, and a couple catch you in non-vital parts of your body. Finally, mobster number 4 gets onto the he's on the back of the gear carriage, grabs onto the crank and begins turning it as the gear carriage starts driving off down the road. It appears to be going not at its full speed, as it kind of and then starts backing up a little bit, pulling onto the side of the road, trying to make some sort of maneuver.
He's trying to run us over.
Fabled Austin Powers 20.
You know, that's not the first time I've heard that reference made today.
Really? Today?
Yeah, my boss made a joke about it too. But anyways, that is the mobsters' turns. So, Aaron, you are. But before you go, I froze.
Oh.
No, we're good.
Oh, okay. I would like to.
Hold Actually, go ahead.
Spawn Barless. Call him out in his pseudo dragon
Okay.
form. Yeah. Would that take a whole action, or would that be my bonus action?
Well, check what the thing is. Summon familiar, right?
The ritual.
Hold on.
No. Just think something. Watch. We can't see you.
I'm watching you.
Discord doesn't pick up my camera. Pick up your camera.
That's dumb.
I can't remember
What's wrong with
these
it?
symbols. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything about it taking a
I'll look at it. Hold on.
whole.
Hold on. Let's see.
But I don't.
Okay, let's look at Aaron's character. Should have the name on here at least.
I'm familiar.
I don't think it's Find Familiar. Hold on. Because I know Find Familiar. That's.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because that's the ritual to spawn him.
Oh, okay.
initially.
Well, if that's the case, then yeah, it's whatever that takes. It should say.
Where should it say?
What's it called? Is it Find Familiar?
I'm pretty sure it's fine familiar, but like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that takes an hour to cast.
I think that's the initial ritual.
Okay. Hold on. Let's clarify now, so
Sure.
that we okay. So here we go. If you've been using Find Familiar to spawn Barreless, we're flavoring it as if when you just cast your spells, you kind of use him. But to actually use him as a familiar, it does mean you have to use the Find Familiar spell,
Okay,
which has its own rules, and it does take 1 hour to cast.
1 hour. Yeah, I don't think we have a whole hour here, so never mind that then. So let's see here. I would like to move up 15 feet up here where I'm at currently and cast where is it? It's Thunderclap.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Can I have you roll Can I have you roll a charisma saving throw, please?
Yeah. Charisma.
Charisma saving.
I can keep him at bay now.
That is a 24.
24.
Yeah.
Okay. You stretch out your hands, and Barreless, from a small little vortex in between them, kind of snakes out and wraps around your hands as you prepare to use your thunderclap. But as you go to clap your hands together, you feel an unfamiliar resistance as you attempt to cast the spell. And you hear emanating from his kind of translucent form, you hear a interesting. Oh my. And then
Watto from the Phantom Menace.
the resistance is gone. As you clap, the thunder wave emanates from your hands, but also sparks of flitting colors, reds and blues and yellows and greens, kind of flash and move forward, kind of bursting out from where Barreless once was, and they shimmer in the air for a moment as the thunder wave is cast. Let's see.
1d6.
Creature must succeed on your Constitution saving throw. Please tell me, what is your con save? Your spell saving throw, sorry.
Spell saving throw is 13.
13, alright. Got 4 monsters going for it. 13. 1 misses, 2 succeeds. Okay.
Wouldn't Agval have to
Yes, Agval.
What am I succeeding against? What is it again? Wisdom? Wisdom!
It's Constitution against 13.
Oh, that's so much better. That's a nat 1, baby.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for damage, please.
Yeah, damage.
I've got
One.
resistance
It's,
to it anyway.
it's okay. You just got hit by 1.
I assume damage doesn't go below 1.
1 damage?
1 damage.
Okay. You will take 1 damage. And mobsters 1, 3, 4 all take 1 damage. Your thunder wave kind of shakes the gear carriage and kind of chuck for a moment. A couple of the mobsters hit their heads on it, and one kind of smacks his arm while one of them is able to brace themselves. They take only minor damage.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just move back a little bit as my bonus action, and then I'll call it there.
Okay. Let's see. Let me just look at something real quick. All right.
When that's
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. It's Palmer's turn.
Palmer. I forgot about Palmer.
My man Palmer.
All right.
Palmer, pull out the piece, please.
You watch as Palmer,
Oh, the piece is broken.
instead of picking himself up, just kind of crawls on the ground very quickly, and then picks himself up and places himself behind one of the broken street lamps. He pulls out the piece, and he's like, and goes over the side and fires a shot at. Oh no! Oh, not that die. He fires a shot at Mobster 3 with the piece. Lava, you watch as he shakily gets the target. His arm is heavily shaking. He fires off a small crossbow bolt that flies through the air and bing, sticks in the wood of the carriage. He misses. He looks shit and gets back on the ground. He's like, oh boy! He starts fumbling with another crossbow while trying to load it. But that is his turn. Lava, it's your turn.
My man, Palmer, no. Okay. Palmer's on the ground, right?
He's kind of crouched behind the light post.
Okay. Could I stand behind him and still shoot?
Yes, you could.
Going behind him. I could hit either of these middle people, right?
Agval is providing Mobster 2 with half cover.
Okay.
And if you miss, you will hit him.
I'll force the driver so I can still hit him.
You can see the driver. Yeah.
Awesome sauce. I am going for that guy again.
Okay.
With the bow.
Go ahead and roll for the attack.
18.
That'll hit.
The shit out of him.
5.
5. Okay. All right. So, you kind of run over to behind the light post where Palmer is. You draw another arrow on your bow, take aim at the driver, and let one loose. It soars through the air and strikes him in the shoulder, sticking into him as he yelps out in pain.
It's okay.
Ashim, does he take your acid damage on his turn or your turn?
Start of his turn, he takes the acid damage.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for that. 'Cause I forgot that, actually.
2d4.
Yep.
2d4.
He takes 7 actually.
Spicy.
That's that amount. All right. An arrow strikes into him in tandem as he's desperately trying to get more of this acid off of him. He strikes into him. He's you see he's kind of slumping, kind of hanging on to the side, very clearly badly injured. Palmer looks up to you. He's like, "What the fuck is going on, man?"
But you tried your best, Pat.
That's not what I'm worried about. He's like trying to shakily put one in. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta refresh it every once in a while, otherwise it doesn't work well.
Great session. Bye.
Yeah. Good work. Alright. Agval, you are up.
Number 3. I pick number 3.
Okay.
I need to smash his face in. Da, da, da. 13.
Oh boy, come on.
I thought he was talking to me.
He's really not having your plan of attack here.
You rolled
I'm
a 13
so-
hit?
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Fuck.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. Then we roll that thing. That's +2 plus 5. So 7 plus 5. 12.
12.
I do 12 more damage.
Okay, hold
Please
on.
tell me I kill him. I want to kill him so bad.
I want him dead.
I want him dead. He needs to die.
Death be upon him.
Once again, you pull out your warhammer and smash this creature, this future meal for you. You rip and tear it, and dunk, dunk, but still it barely hangs on to life. It barely hangs on. You can tell, even though it's one of its limbs is barely hanging on. It's still It's still alive.
I did 12 damage and did not kill it. I'm upset. Wait, this is one hit point.
Dude, I can get that food.
Kill him. He's killing us.
Better say no.
Okay, fine.
It's
Hold
not
on.
your turn.
Unless you're gonna let me do something with my bonus action where I kill someone. No. Like I could just kick him, but I don't think that you'll let me.
No, I won't.
That's my turn.
Okay.
For the punch.
All right.
That
First
is.
night, you're up.
But it was me. I had him on top of
Oh
the
yeah,
initiative.
Ishim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not
Unless
gonna.
you-
That I
I know.
said that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys have memory issues.
You're right. Better snipe. Go ahead.
No, Ishim, you're up.
Quick question.
Especially hourly.
You see my green hand?
Yes.
Are these like light posts? Is what these are?
Yeah, they are street lamps. They're
Okay,
about
cool.
15 feet tall. They're about 15 feet tall.
Okay. And the square part, I'm assuming, is like the base,
Yes.
like that. That width looks like around 4 or 5 feet wide. Okay, cool.
It's like 3.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna move over, and would it be an action if I wanted to move and take Cecilia with me behind the cover of that lamp?
Yes, it would. 'Cause you're dragging a being.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will step in front and separate Cecilia from the carriage one more time.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and cast. How shall I immolate my enemies today? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Flaming Sphere.
I need to ponder it.
So I flip my staff upside down and draw a circle on the ground to summon the Flaming Sphere. It rises from the ground, and I send it all the way to inside the carriage.
Cabbage.
That's an ironic reference too. But go ahead.
I put it inside the cabin. I mix up carriage and cabin. That's what happens. Inside the cabin of the carriage, you get it just right snugly in between mobsters. Let's do 3 and 4.
Okay. Let's see.
And actually, what I'll do in doing so is when I send it over there, I'm going to send it to impact with Mobster 4, and its travel will stop, within range.
Sorry, repeat that last part.
So what we'll do, it'll be sent to impact Mobster 4. However, from the direction that's being sent at, when it impacts, it's in damaging range of 4 and 3.
Okay, so for it to get to 4 and then 3, it'd have to do this and then go back around.
Okay.
So I don't think you have enough movement speed to do so.
No, sorry. What I meant, I forgot that 4 is in a separate carriage,
Okay.
or separate part of the carriage. So instead, I will put in. Can I do that?
Put it in the middle of 2 and 3.
Is there something
I'm
separating?
cutting out. Hold on. God, I hate this internet. I gotta figure this out. I gotta get a Wi-Fi extender up here. Anyways, what do you want to do?
Separating 1 and 2.
No, they're all in the same cabin.
Okay, yeah. Then what I'll do is I'll send the flaming sphere to impact Mobster 2, and then after it hits him, it'll land in between 1 and 2.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, and it's essentially it's not a roll to attack. Do- and that's action to cast a spell and a bonus action to command it.
We're gonna take a break for just a moment while we figure out some internet issues. We're gonna pause for a moment while I troubleshoot some of this, because I feel like people are using up all the internet in this house. It shouldn't be this bad. Give me a minute.
Potty break.
All right. My big thunks are taking up all the bandwidth.
Happens. I brought an orb just for you.
Oh, what?
Orb.
An orb? Oh, my flaming sphere.
Who's doing that?
Rip.
Oh, I know.
Who is that? Why? Who?
It's me. Because it started coming through my phone instead of my headphones.
Coffee break. Coffee. Good thing I got decaf. I forgot to stretch my legs.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Just let you know, the Twitch. Oh wait, no, the Twitch is back up.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
tabletop's down.
Yeah, I reset the router.
Okay.
I'm off of everything. The only thing that's actually drawing internet from the router is my computer. Everything else I have off of my phone's mobile hotspot. So
I was telling them it's my my big thunk strats that are taking up all the bandwidth.
yeah. All right,
Sucking
server's
it.
back up. Sorry about that. We are back. We are back. While you rejoin, I can tell you what the cabbage is a reference to.
No one take my green.
Sorry?
Sorry, no, I was just telling no one to take my green.
Oh, yeah. So, the collective, who you may know, is they have a wagon, and which is similar to a carriage. And they actually have a name for it, and it is called Fast Cabbage. So it's ironic. It's ironic that you called it cabbage.
The amount of damage that I'm going to do to this vehicle, it will become a simple wagon and become the precursor to the fast cabbage.
Right. So, anyways.
Brett,
so-
could you like spawn a small circular game piece that I could use to visualize what I'm trying to do here?
I absolutely can. I'm going to make you a small red V6.
That's perfect, and that's just the size it needs to be.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, I spawned this guy out of the ground. I sent him flying into the cabin, and it's going to impact. Oop, shit. Oh no.
Could end this.
Hold on.
My mouse has a habit of unclicking and then double clicking. So it's going to impact Mobster 2 and then land within 5 feet range of both of these guys. Mobster 2 needs to make a saving throw against the impact of the ball.
Okay. So if you ram the sphere into a creature, it stops moving once
Yeah.
you do that. So I'm going to say it has to stop moving in Mobster 2's space.
If you want
Okay.
to do it.
Is that outside of the 5 feet range with Mobster 1?
I'm going to say
Bill?
yes.
Okay.
Question.
That's okay.
Can you manage Mobster 1 from here?
Hmm?
Or
What?
is he dead?
Well, the thing if I do that, if I just move it and place it in between, I don't get any immediate damage. I just have to wait till the start of their next turn.
Okay.
Or if I have to actually wait till the end of their next turn. If they end that turn, then they take the damage of the sphere.
I didn't know if you could ram it in.
Yeah.
All right.
so-
What's your spell save?
Spell save is 14.
Great. He makes it.
Great. Well, it stays there, and it is now burning the inside of the carriage.
All right. Cool.
And that is the end of my turn.
All right. Let's see. Gutter Snipe, you're up.
Scudder snake.
All right. Shall. Let's see.
Shit, I should have had advantage on all those attacks. Oh well, they've all.
All right. I'm gonna get a little further, and then try to get Cairo to hide behind the random junk in the alleyway. See. Not see. And then I
Like
shall
that
use the rest of my movement to run back out of the alleyway.
Okay.
And then if I may, I will take a shot at mobster number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was it 27 hit? No, just kidding. 18.
Yes, an 18. An 18 does hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
You shooting with your piece?
Yeah, my hand crossbow.
This motherfucking thing.
It's homie.
You know I keep that motherfucking thing on me.
This thing right here. This is my problem solver.
6.
6. All right. Gutter Snipe. You look at Cairo and say, not
Man.
see. Or don't see. And run out. You pull out your little hand crossbow from your dress. Assuming, I think you're still wearing the dress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. You pull out the hand crossbow from your dress, and as the carriage is kind of 3-point turning, pointing itself towards you guys, as it's turning, you fire off a shot towards the mobster operating the rotary gun, and it hits him in the chest. He falls over out of the cabin, and as the gear carriage starts driving toward the sidewalk quickly, he is run over by the back of it, dead. Mobster 3's dead.
Baby's first kill.
Oh.
Is that your turn?
Yep. The tree killed something.
Okay. Let's see. Whose turn is it next? It's the mobster's turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh, gosh. All right. Aaron.
Oh no.
Mobsters, let's see. Actually, Ishim. Mobster
Yes.
1 pulls out his gun, reloads it, and takes aim at you. What's your spell save? Or armor class, sorry.
Ooh, I'm getting an echo from someone. Hold on 1 second before I answer that question.
You're good.
I mean,
Seeing the attack, I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield in response to that to get a little bit more AC.
Okay.
Making my AC now 17.
17. Okay. You cast this shield, this ward in front of you, as a bullet comes whizzing right towards you. Just as you cast the ward, you see the bullet plink off right in front of your face. You feel your scales kind of, but you survive.
I do my best to look like badass and cool, but like my legs are shaking like uncontrollably.
Okay. Mobster number 4, let's see, has to take his acid damage. Takes 5 acid damage as it continues to tear away at his flesh. Mobster number 2, Agval, you do get an opportunity attack from this.
Yeah. Wait, that's bad, but whatever.
Mobster number 2 kind of jumps across the carriage as it comes to the stop and gets over to the rotary gun.
How close is the rotary gun to the flaming sphere?
Like 6.
I have a question.
Of course it is. I was gonna say I could melt
Um,
that fucker.
Mobster 1 will take damage from it. Well, here's the thing. Let's clarify something. Does it move with the vehicle?
I'm gonna say it because what it's doing is floating over some sort of ground. So in this case, it's floating over the carriage bottom, so it would move with the carriage.
Okay.
You know, it goes with the platform it's floating on.
Okay, we can, yeah. But if it does get out of 60 feet from you, if the carriage drives off, it will be dispelled.
It'll dispel. Yeah.
Do you have to keep line of sight as well?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can move it wherever. So you know.
You
Just
just
sure.
have to maintain concentration.
Yeah. It's casting range of 90.
Great. All right, so Agval, you get an opportunity attack on this prey.
I have a question.
Yeah.
With my opportunity attack, what am I allowed to do?
It's
Am I
an attack. That's all. it is.
am I restricted to my weapon, or can I do a other type of attack? Do grapples?
You cannot grapple. I don't think. Hold on.
No, you're probably right.
Yeah, I want
Because the
He's
grapple's not an attack
Yes,
action.
no,
The grapple's
that's
an
an
action.
action. And not an
Not
action.
Okay. 11 plus
You're gonna
7, 18.
Yes, that
Suplex
does
him into the ball.
Slick. How much am I gonna fucking smack this guy with? 5 plus 5 plus 2, 12.
12. All right. Once again, seeing that one of your prey has been felled by an unknown source, you are enraged that it has been stolen from you, taken from you, the glory of the kill. You will get your revenge, but for now you redirect your rage towards another opportunity in front of you and boom, smash it in the back as it crawls over and gets to the gun. Gutter Snipe, Palmer, Lauva,
Ah,
I need the 3 of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm trying, man.
oh, bitchin'. 19.
Okay.
Yes. I cheat though. You don't get soup. I've got soup in the cabinet.
What'd you roll?
I do have soup in the cabinet.
a 13.
13.
I think the
Second to the deception?
All right. Lauva.
You might.
You jump up to fire another arrow, but as you do, Palmer kind of grabs your arm and pulls you down just as you hear the gunfire from the rotary gun erupt again. Gutter Snipe, as the other mobsters watch you kill his friend, he comes in for revenge and he lights you up with the rotary gun, dealing dealing 17 piercing damage.
oh hell yeah, that ain't shit, baby.
As a hail of gunfire rips up your dress and you.
I forgot I got a snipes in a dress.
Aaron
Not the dress. Yeah.
and Ashim.
Oh.
Gets his hitting on me. I'm gonna die.
You watch as the carriage backs up a bit, and then the mobster in the front, with as much as he can muster, grabs both hands on the crank and throwing all of his weight into it, begins barreling down the road towards the two of you. He kind of dunk, gets up on the curb, ready to ram both of you with the carriage. I need you both to make a dexterity saving throw.
God.
Sheem and Aaron, you're good.
3.
Sorry. I don't have spare the dying guy. I can
My-
just smash
That's
him.
that's a 5 from me.
Come on, guys.
God.
Okay.
We're casters, man. Through magic.
Yeah, you cast shield and stop a bullet, but you see a truck coming at you. You're like, oh.
Truck is just a
Yeah,
big bullet. So let's see how this turns out with shield, which is still active.
Literally a deer. That's what you are.
Shield is still active. Though.
All right. Hold on. So, the gear carriage comes barreling towards you. Ashim, you watch as Aaron tries to dive out of the way and just is hit by the carriage and tumbles over the side brutally, and you look at him and you think, oh my gods, is he okay? And it's right in front of you. As
I pray for the shield to work.
you are pinned. The carriage slams into the light pole. As it hits you, you kind of get caught in the spokes and are smashed up against the light fixture. And you both take. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh God.
Where is it? There it is.
Hey, Aaron, your hat is very thematic right now.
It is. It's extremely appropriate right now.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh man, I'm literally recreating the beginning of Signs. The
Yeah.
guy's wife.
Let's see.
Acid.
You both take 21 bludgeoning
God.
damage.
You don't have that much health.
Okay.
13. I'm good. I got this.
I'm alive.
Your lives.
As
The simple
as
man.
the gear carriage just kind of. But you all watch this horrific sight occur as Aaron is tumbled over the side. You hear cracking and crunching as he slams against the ground. And then watch it with a cacophony of horrible grinding wood and metal and stone as it smashes Ishim into the light post, and you watch as the acid-ridden, the acid-covered mobster is thrown from the front and just fucking like cracks his neck and slides on the pavement into the stone, and also is killed in the accident. Agval,
I get thrown.
can I have you make a dexterity saving throw?
Question.
Yeah.
Can I see what's happening?
In your state, no.
Okay, so then I don't have advantage. Damn it. Alright. Come on, dexterity saving throw, baby. That's a 15.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Agval, you notice that something is going wrong, and before you have time to react, you feel your weight just kind of the ground is flip out from under you as you're thrown, barreling, and you hit the ground and kind of tumble, dunk, dunk, and bounce a couple times before landing on the ground, alive. Though you have taken 6, so 3 for you bludgeoning damage from the impact.
Not like flexes, baby, or like a bird.
Aaron, as you lay on the ground, you are prone. As you lay on the ground, just kind of, am I wondering if you have just been killed, recuperating from the shock as your vision is blurry and your ears are ringing. You watch as the carriage crashes into a sheen, and Agval and the 2 mobsters, as well as the big gun, are thrown out of the side of the carriage.
Does he actually hit me like that?
He flies right by you,
Oh God.
but you kind of duck down just before he lands. You don't see him, but you hear a large wooden crack as he crashes into one of the parked carriages, and he takes 7 bludgeoning damage.
Which mobster?
Mobster 1.
Gotcha.
Mobster 2 takes 4. That is the mobster's turn. Aaron, you are up, but you are prone.
But I'm prone. It takes a whole action to be
You
unprone,
use
correct?
all your movement.
All my movement.
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to stand up, please.
Okay.
Very shaken and disoriented. And I literally can't move anywhere, not even with a bonus action or anything.
If you take action, you might be able to
You
dash.
could use your action to dash, but then again, that is your action.
Use my action. Well, pretty mad, pretty pissed. I cast Burning Hands towards Monster 2 and 1.
Okay. That's a 15-foot cone, right?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone. I guess 2 is out of that cone.
Okay. Can I have you roll another charisma saving throw?
Oh gosh. That's 24.
Okay.
I also need to roll an attack. Do you want me to do that as well?
I believe they. Oh, do you? Thought
I
they
think
made-
so.
No, they make a saving throw.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right,
So,
my bad.
What is your spell save?
13. And if they fail, it's 3d6. But it's half if they make it.
Yes. Okay. They both fail. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Nice.
Just
7.
see those 3d6, baby.
10 damage.
Okay. Let's see. Once again, Aaron, you clasp your hands together and prepare to usher forth a large cone of flames from your hands with Barrel's help. But as you do so, Barrel's kind of snakes out from your hands, and as the inferno is rushing forth from his mouth, you feel a compulsion. You can feel him and even see him kind of trying to stretch to the right, trying to stretch your hands away from the mobsters and towards the parked carriage. to your right. But using all of your willpower, you manage to keep him away from lighting up the civilian's vehicle and damage only the mobsters.
Yikes. That's all I can do, really.
Okay. A small portion of the corner of this vehicle does catch a light, though not all of it.
Oh god.
All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Great. Let's see. Then.
Where's the gun?
The gun
Yeah.
has been thrown from the carriage, and it has landed. I'll draw it. It has landed right here.
Okay.
That
Gotcha.
takes care of my big brain play. Gonna mount the turn.
All
You're
right.
gonna steal the gun.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted. Yeah.
Shit. Okay. All right. Palmer watches the crash, and he immediately jumps up and looks at you, Lauva and Snipe. He's like, "Shit, man! It's Elmo!" And he starts 5, 10, 15, 20. He kind of, as he's running, he kind of slips and slides on something. Oh, it barely catches himself on the lamppost from falling over. And he looks at you, Ishim. He's like, "Gods, man, are you all right?"
No, I'm thinking about it.
In one piece, I can't feel the bottom half.
I got you, man. I got you. I'm gonna get you out of this. Hold on.
No, don't worry about me. Get Cecilia out of here.
He looks down. He's like, "Shit, no!" And he grabs her and starts.
I'm still upright by proxy. I'm still standing.
He looks as he grabs Cecilia. And just starts like pulling her away. She does not respond or react. He kind of gets down. He's like, "I'm gonna get you out here, and then I'm gonna get him. Don't worry." And she just kind of like looking around, not really coherent. And he starts dragging her away down back towards the alleyway. And he yells over to you, "I'll come for you next, man. Just don't go towards the light." And he starts pulling her towards the alleyway.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
I meant literally. And he points up at the light for a second.
Oh, that's bright.
Okay, that's his turn. Lauva,
Lamb hack. Yeah.
Yep.
you're up.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
What?
Give me a second. Okay. Okay, serious face. Hello! I am going to it.
I'm just coughing and sputtering and dying.
I'm going to attempt to wedge myself in between the carriage and like the ground or the light post to try to push it off of him.
Okay, gonna roll strength.
Can I assist a little bit with this? What little strength I have here?
I mean, yes, but it doesn't do her much good.
I rolled a 19.
I'm gonna at least kind of like, you know.
Okay, what'd you roll?
19.
Okay. Lava, positioning yourself in between the lamppost and the smashed carriage. You start trying to push it. You see that one of the spokes is caught on a big chunk of debris, and you go towards the wheel and just poof, you kick the spoke that's caught and smash it in two, allowing you to move it just enough for Ishim to freely move.
Are you alright, buddy?
So I'm assuming that I was like upright and pinned between the vehicle, and now that I have room to freely move, I'm just gonna drop to the ground.
Yeah, you fall to your hands and knees.
Oof. Oh.
We're trying to go that way.
Still attached to my hips.
Okay, you breathing. Let's go.
Okay. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna give him a little, like, friendly punch on the shoulder. Okay, that's my turn.
We're oddly jovial for this situation. But okay. Agval.
Time for me to bring it back down, I guess. So, Boxer 2, right? He's in front of me.
Yes.
So, the image that I have in my mind, I want you to. That's general.
You know what?
I'm going to send you. Thing. This is what I have in my mind.
Let's see it.
What the Mobster 2 sees.
Oh. Jesus.
I'm going to very slowly walk up to him, and I'm going to grapple him, but I'm going to grab him by his neck and just lift him.
Okay, go ahead and roll a grapple.
So this is a strength check, is that correct? Since it's not an attack.
You are rolling your athletics. And
But a strength check, nonetheless.
Yes, and he rolls either his athletics or his acrobatics, whatever is higher.
Because I'm raging, that means I have advantage on it.
Yes.
Perfect. I think I have an advantage. Good thing I have advantage. Nat 17 plus 5.
He fails.
He fails, yeah, he does.
You pick yourself up off the ground, just blowing smoke that has collected in the air around you from your nose, and you just see this shimmering, warping red figure in front of you. You grab him and lift him up into the air. You hold him before you.
He's gonna scream in his face. Hold him up as best as I can. I can't attack this turn, can I?
No, that was your action.
I'm gonna wait until next turn.
Okay. Wow. All right. Great. Let's see.
Action. I ready my fist as a
Shashim, you're up.
I'm gonna like very difficultly get myself back up and prop myself onto the base of that lamppost.
Came to my
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start just kind of like mumbling to myself, just a singular mantra of I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this. And what I'll first do is I'll kind of with my other hand plant my staff on the ground and first off point to the mobster number 1 over here.
Okay.
And cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And let's see, that is ranged spell attack.
Go ahead and roll for that attack.
It's a total of 3 rays. All 3 rays are going to hit it. are gonna go for him. First one is a 13 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Second one, higher than that, and
Hits.
third one, again higher than that.
Okay, those all hits. Go ahead and roll for damage for each of them.
2d6 each. Let's see. 3, 4, 9, 12, 15, 18, 23 damage with the scorching rays as they come out of my finger towards him. And then I'm going to shakily point with my staff at Mobster 1 as well. Actually, I'll do it with Mobster 2 and just kind of point at it. The tip's going to glow red a little bit, and then the flaming sphere just
I need you to roll
concentration.
concentration. It should be a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Shit.
That's when he got hit, wasn't it?
Oh, my day! Should see. That is a 16.
Okay, hold on.
What's your saving throw? Is what you rolled?
Yeah. And I have proficiency on wisdom saving throws.
Let's see, you said, what did you roll, 16?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that succeeds. And you move. Oh, I lost the die. I don't know how that happens. There we go. You succeed.
Yeah. If
and
I may.
And you send the flaming spear
Yeah.
hurtling towards Mobster 2.
And then it's going to hit him.
Okay.
And just kind of like, I'm going to keep, Lava can probably hear this, keep muttering on my breath, I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this.
Okay. Let's see. And your spell save?
Man.
It doesn't matter. You
Spell
rolled a one.
save.
Doesn't matter.
Awesome. That is, I think it's 2d6 if I remember.
I believe it's 2d6.
Yes, 2d6.
And then on his turn, it says, dexterity saving throw.
6 damage.
Hey. How do dexterity saving throws work when you're grappled?
Ooh.
You
Doesn't-
automatically
I mean-
fail them.
It's in that one anyway.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It takes 6 damage, and it smacks into him.
Alright, hold on. 6 damage?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually didn't account for the fact that he was grappled. So he would have failed anyways. Hold on.
Make sure to get everybody.
No, you can still make a dexterity saving throw while you're grappled. Because he can kind of wiggle out of the way. But he failed, so it doesn't matter. Okay, 6 damage. Right?
Yep.
Okay, great. So, let's see. You fire 3 scorching rays out from your outstretched fingertips that sail and spark through the dark air of the night. And one by one, just slam and burst into Mobster 1, lighting him on fire and pushing him back into the flame on the carriage, killing him as the fire rapidly spreads over this random gear carriage. Then you shakily command with your staff the flaming sphere over towards Mobster 2, who grappled, pinned by Agval, is unable to swing away, and it's kind of collides with his flank and sears him for 6 damage. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna kind of like shakily turn over to Lava and just look at her and go, Celia, where's Cecilia?
Palmer dragged her away.
Take me to her. Help me, please. And I'm gonna kind of like trudge over to Lava and put my weight on her.
You guys are just gonna leave me to beat this shit.
Okay.
That's rough, buddy.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Gutter Snipe, you're up.
Shit.
You see,
Go ahead.
you watch.
I do have it.
You can't see over the carriage, but you can see on the side, as Palmer begins dragging Cecilia away from the wreckage, and Lauva has managed to free Ashim. From over the carriage, you watch as tongues of flame whip and lick above. Clearly something behind the carriage, perhaps one of the other parked carriages, has been set alight by what Ashim just did.
It's with us in 7 things.
You turn back around and you see Cairo with his cane just kind of clutched in both hands, hiding behind a crate, occasionally peeking out and then stowing himself back behind the crates in the alleyway.
Wait. I shout back to Cairo, and then I'm gonna run over to yonder.
20, 25, 30. Did you count out those squares?
Yeah, I think so, right? 30?
Let's see, you were here.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, okay.
And then I'm going to use healing word on Ashim.
Okay.
Ah, it's all my fault, Ashim.
Oh, your fault, did you say?
Oh my god.
Wait, what did he say? I didn't get it. I didn't hear him.
Not. It's all my fault, Ashim.
Oh. It's not your fault, buddy.
I can fix this. No, I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this. I'm barely even noticing. Got a sniper.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Go ahead and use healing word. How much does it heal for?
I'm checking. That's mine. It heals for 7 damage.
7
H.
damage.
Double digits, boys.
All right.
Healing word.
Great.
My anti-heal.
He actually knows power skills.
The healing word, magic.
Okay. Is that your turn? That's only a bonus action.
It is only a bonus action, so I guess I'm gonna have to get monster number 2.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can't do this to me again.
I can, and I will.
You can't take my kill again. It's not fair.
All right. Does a nat 20 hit?
No.
No!
Ah.
I block! No.
Yeah, it hits.
Let it go. Damn it.
It's also that nat 20.
Are you?
I don't care.
Either way, it's fun. What? So my dice roll is 8.
8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just 1 second while I take a couple notes. Okay.
Hey, see, anything you do like that is not.
It's not 20, but
Hmm?
I don't know if it's top.
Just give me a game. Let's.
Okay. Gunner snipe. You are kind of past the wreckage and in the glowing light. Sorry, basked in the glowing light of the street lamp. You turn your collar to the cold and damp, and you sound of silence. Simon the Garfunkel. You fire off a crossbow bolt from your little hand crossbow. You watch as Agval has this gnome in his hands, just kind of squeezing the life out of him, and it looks like he's almost about to just chop this man, like just take a bite out of his skull. You fire it off, and it sails through the air, and clack! It actually goes between the big, outstretched fingers of Agval, and right into the neck of the gnome, and you watch as he was already grabbing at his neck to try and release himself from this titan's grip. He switches both hands over to try and blot his carotid artery, but it's too late. He's incurred too much damage, and moments later, he just dead.
Kill me, Agval, kill me.
Alright.
I assume combat's over then.
Yeah, Josiah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, did Monster 1 perish in the fire?
He did, yes.
Okay. Do I get hit points from that, since I technically caused the fire?
No, because it was Ashim's attack that initially killed him.
That's right. Yeah,
he was
I
simply
got you.
cast into the fire afterwards.
Okay, I got you. I
One
got
ring
you.
style there.
How much do you usually get from that?
I get 7 when I reduce them to 0.
I'm gonna give you 1.
Okay, that helps.
You get a freebie. You get 1.
Nice.
You suddenly
I have
hear I guess we'll take it. Sorry.
Hey, Brett Jones.
Hi.
Do I notice him die in my hands?
Yes, you do.
Okay, great. I'm gonna slam him on the ground and just start punching away.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm angry.
Jeez. All right. Combat has ended.
The glow of the orb is just illuminating what I'm doing.
I'm
The flaming sphere by this point, I'm gonna let it dissipate. By the way, so it's just gone.
Oh man.
I'm helping Ashim over to the group.
After realizing what I just started, from my rage, I'm gonna try and stop the fire so it doesn't fucking, spread and shit.
How?
I don't know how I'm gonna do it though.
Okay.
I'm not gonna punch you. A single punch. That's all it takes.
I have a blanket. I mean, can I go over there and just try and get it out?
All right, hold on. Let me write a couple notes and then we'll get to what all you want to do.
That's fine.
Give
me the D4 plus my D4 plus. It's not. It's 11 plus my.
That's as much thing.
As this all is
I gotta get
happening, my
advantage.
bones are cracking and shit. Probably internally bleeding. My liver is.
Now I just realized the mead worms inside my satchel are definitely just mush now.
Hold on,
All
give
my-
me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All my shit is probably just covered in mead worm parts, and I'm really upset about that.
I hope I still have my flavored rocks, the non-crimson ones.
Brett, it's kind of too late for it, but would the vehicle hitting me count as a sort of melee attack?
You're gonna do like
As
four.
in, would my amulet of unforeseen consequences react to that and catch the front of that wagon on fire?
No. You're okay.
Okay.
Because if it did, remember you I believe wait,
What a
Got
truck on fire.
jovially punched by.
never mind, I almost revealed something you don't know. Forget about it.
Cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
remember? Wait,
Reveal
didn't
what?
you jovially punch Ishim?
No, I told him to get back out there, sport.
You
And
did.
then I punched.
It's when
think we're getting
he
close.
attacks.
When I
Oh.
attacked, yeah.
Oh, right, the flaming duck. I remember.
So I could have considered it. If at the very last moment I moved myself slightly forward, I could have said I feebly assaulted the, the vehicle with my body.
No.
Yeah, good idea.
Now, I need
I just retcon
Yeah,
every
it
attack
makes
against me
so
by
weird.
slightly moving toward the attack
hit things with
and say
fire.
that I'm hitting it.
Yeah. All right. So
Except I.
you all peer around you. Aaron, you run over towards the carriage, which at this point most of the front of the cabin has erupted into flames, and you're attempting to put it out with a blanket.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and just roll a flat 20 for me to attempt to smother some of the flames.
Oh boy. That's a
Throw the
19.
body of Mobster
19?
2.
Yeah, 19.
Okay. Yeah, you pull out your blanket and you think, oh, you attempt to smother the flames. While you do not make the fire worse, you don't make it much better. You manage to smother this amount
Yeah.
from the blanket. If you
Heck
see
yeah.
this tiny little square I've drawn.
That's really effective.
It is barely effective, though you have technically made the situation better.
I'd like to look over to Agval and be like, Agval, help! This whole street is gonna catch on fire.
I'm coming down, I think. I'm gonna take the body, just throw it at the car.
Oh my god. You
Use the body.
The blood
Smother the
help?
fire.
I don't know how visceral this could get for you.
I know Aaron is not laughing.
No, I actually say that. Use the body.
I'm just gonna grab it by a leg and just slam it onto the car.
Alright, go ahead and roll a flat roll.
Okay. 18.
18. Alright, the two of you, with the blanket and the body, begin trying to quench some of the flames, and you are actually somehow making not horrible progress. You are just barely putting out fires as more catches on fire. Alright. Gutter Snipe. We'll go to you. I'm gonna go around counterclockwise.
Seeing as these people have clearly gone deranged, I'm gonna return to the party.
Okay. Alright.
I was
Lao and Ashim.
Helping him walk over to the group.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ashim, are you okay?
I'm fine. Let's worry about Cecilia. Let's worry about her.
Okay.
We can fix this. I can fix this. It's just another problem to solve.
Hey, Delmo! We're gonna fucking fix it!
It's okay.
The only person who knew how to fucking heal anything is on the fucking ground!
Don't worry. I can fix this. I fixed things before. Just give me two where I can fix her.
Awkwardly.
You you kind of hobble over as quickly as you can as the fire, you hear it roaring around you, or from, not around you, you hear it roaring from afar as Aaron and Agval's distant yells to help put out the fire just kind of echo through the street. Throughout this encounter, you've watched as lights have begun to flicker on in some of the buildings, the upper windows. These are like 2, 3, 4-story buildings that surround you, and lights begin to turn on as people have been awoken from their sleep by the cacophony outside, and are peering through the windows, watching and seeing what's happening. Gutter Snipe, Lauva, and Ashim, the three of you, as quickly as you can, move over to the to where Palmer and Cecilia were. You come upon a terrible sight. Palmer is there, just kind of sat upon the ground. Cecilia is in his arms, and he's like ripped off. He's taken off like his overcoat that he wears, and you see that it's been discarded, torn into rags, blood-soaked rags that have been used to attempt to stop the flow of blood, and then tossed away as soon as they fully saturated. His hands are covered in blood as Cecilia is just lying in his arms. You see now, as the adrenaline, although the adrenaline is continuing to pump through your bodies, you see the full extent of the damage that has been done to her small, frail little body. She is riddled with bullet holes, just torn up like a discarded old handkerchief in an attic. Blood has at this point stopped seeping from her wounds because there simply is none left to exit her body. She kind of spits and sputters as her eyes are looking around. She's trying to say something, anything, but she can't manage to get anything out. As Palmer is still desperately attempting to staunch the flow of blood in what he deems to be the most grievous injuries.
I'm gonna run over to her side and drop my knees next to them and kind of look over and try to help how I can here.
You make eye contact with Palmer for a moment as you drop to your knees in front, and you just see in his face just pure, I'll call it depressive fear as the reality of the situation is dawning upon him. He continues to attempt to staunch her wounds for a moment, and you help.
I'm also gonna get on the ground right there
Okay.
and like tap the side of her face and be like, "Stay in there, like, stay." No.
She kind of looks over at you, barely clinging on to life. You see tears rolling from her eyes from the tremendous pain and fear that she is experiencing. You hear she's attempting to sputter out more words. You hear, "My friends,
I looked at Palmer. She's not getting any better. What did you do to help?
He,
Not getting any better.
he just looks up at you and he yells. His booming voice just kind of, despite the sounds, the everything around you, just the oversaturation of a noise and everything, he just yells at you, I can't help! And throws himself, he falls back onto the wall with her body just in his hands.
Okay, it's another problem. I'll find a solution. I'll fix it. I tear off my satchel from the side and I just start dumping the contents onto the ground. Broken meadworm everywhere and everything, and just sifting through to find something. I toss vials of crab blood and meadworm chunks off and find my component pouch, and I start rifling through it. And I just kind of start talking to the people around me. This is just like any other sort of equation that we tried to solve in our classes. Is there any other sort of issue or research topic? We just have to find the answer to it. We can fix this. I can fix this. I cast mending on her. It's just like she's broken, so I can fix her.
You
I cast.
cast mending. You try everything in your power, and you finally think, yes, she's something that's broken. I can fix her with mending. And you using everything that you can muster, you gather as much concentration as you can, despite the pressure and the adrenaline coursing through your body, and you begin magically knitting up some of her wounds. But mending doesn't affect living creatures. It affects objects.
I'm sorry. It's just I just didn't do it well enough. I did something wrong. I just got to try it again.
But you watch.
You didn't listen.
I cast mending again.
You watch as her wounds begin to stitch up as you cast mending. You realize the implications of the success of this spell. And you look over and you see that she's no longer struggling or trying to sputter out anything. Her eyes have simply glazed over in a terrible, terrible stillness. Cecilia has died.
That's not how it's supposed to work. It was supposed to fix it. It didn't fix it. There's something I didn't do it right here.
To have walked away by now.
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna walk this way.
There's something I didn't do right. Let me try again. I'm gonna try it again. I can bring her back. It fixes all problems, not just things. It fixes any problem it can. I just cast it again, trying to see if anything changes.
Hold on. Once again, you attempt to cast mending on her, and more of the wounds in her body begin to stitch up, but to no avail. Though her body is being fixed, she's not moving. She's not getting up.
I cast it again. I did something wrong. I want to do it again.
You keep on trying and trying and trying to fix her. Agval, what are you gonna do?
I'd like to have walked up behind Ashim and just kind of lay my hands, lay one of my hands on his shoulder.
I immediately turn and slap it off my shoulder. Don't distract me. I'm just not doing it right. I start drawing runes on the ground out of the blood that's on there. It's just I just need to write the incantation on the ground, and I'll do it again. I start just like hitting her chest with the blunt end of the staff, trying to mend it, trying to fix this problem.
Well, I'd like to grapple a sheep. Just gotta stop. I need you to stop.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I obviously roll to contest this.
Yes.
I'm just crying.
Dirty 20.
Natural 20.
Wizard, weak wizard.
Natural 20!
What?
What's your strength mod?
I believe the attacker still succeeds on a tie, unfortunately. But
I'm just gonna.
I'm not holding him very tight, just enough to stop.
Agfall, you realize that trying to get him to stop will not help anything, and you have to force him to. And as you grab at him, Ashim fights back with a strength that you did not know that he could even begin to muster, especially in his damaged state. He fights back at you with a fury, and you are forced to use a good portion of your abilities just to restrain him enough to keep him from his Sisyphean task.
I struggle and I fight back, and the second that my hands finally get separated from my staff and thusly from Cecilia, I know I failed in fixing the problem, and I just kind of go limp, and I don't say anything. I don't even cry or anything. I just
Feeling him go limp, I do kind of slowly let him go.
I drop to my knees once I'm let go.
At this point, Brett, I would like to run over very quickly and be like, "Hey guys, we're gonna get this fire out, okay? We gotta take care of it. A lot more people are gonna suffer if this happens. We gotta take care of this."
As you run over and you begin saying that, you look and see the crowd of people who have gathered around this spot in the ground, and you see softly shimmering in this lamplight this dark reddish brown blood that just kind of glimmers and reflects the lamplight. You look and you see a terrible scene. Palmer is just barely cradling Cecilia in his arms, though he's slumped against the wall, his overcoat removed and torn up into shreds. Agval is holding back Ashim, though at this point Ashim has almost gone limp. Lauva, her face buried in her hands, tears streaming down her face. Gutter Snipe is...
What are you doing, G-Snipe?
That's
What?
that's kind of where I was at. Like, I don't know where I'm at.
Gutter Snipe just standing there, unable to determine what to do. His bird brain is just spinning and spinning, but can't think of what to do here.
Does not comprehend human death.
Go to Void? We all go to Void.
Okay. So yeah, I see all of that happening. So I finally realize why we gotta take it. No, don't tell me that she's gone. What? I start to pace and stuff. Just walking back and forth. Wait. Listen, more people are gonna die if we don't take care of this fire. Come on, we gotta do this. It's what she would want, right?
I guess, but I don't know how to fix it.
What? It's better than doing nothing. If you're all just sitting there, come on, do something.
Hey, Brett.
Yeah.
To what effects would prestidigitation help with the fire at all?
It would help in a collective effort, but by itself would not do much. because at this point it is a large fire.
I kind of just sit there. I don't remove my eyes from Cecilia at all. I just go, who? It doesn't matter. I couldn't fix her.
You hear the tap, 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 quickly the moving of Cairo's cane, as he tick, 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 taps along the stone pavement, and he kind of peers past one of the crates, and he looks at all and he's like, oh, forget about the fire. I saw it. It's only on one of the cars. Who cares about the cars? We gotta get the hells out of here. He starts walking over. This is the first time that you've seen Cairo at all, like, frazzled or anything. And you watch as he kind of heads over to the crashed gear carriage. He's like, oh, Hugo, help me up. Hurry, come on.
Okay. Yep. So. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's crashed, so we're just trying to move it, right? We're just pushing it to front.
No, he wants you to help him up onto it.
Sure, yeah. Lift.
Okay.
That's fine.
You lift him up onto it. He's like, oh, hell. I haven't driven one of these in 50 years. Have they been around that long? Who cares? And he clambers onto it with your help and grabs one of the cranks and kind of, and you watch as it creaks, but it moves. He moves it back. He's like, hey, Paul.
Oh yeah, I wanted to turn around and look at Hashim and just get down to his level. And like, I'm grabbing his shoulders like, I carry. I know. We break. And I go to grab Cecilia or her body, I guess. Palmer? Yeah.
Palmer has got her in his hands. He looks up at you as you go to grab her. He's like, he just can't stop staring at his hands.
I will pick up Palmer.
As you go to pick him up, he's like, I got it, man. I can get up. And you watch, he plants one hand on the ground, and you see his bag of like art supplies has spilled upon the ground, including a big, like not a huge easel, but like a 1.5 by foot easel has fallen on the ground. All sorts of paints have spilled over it. In his desperate attempt to help Cecilia, similarly to Hashim, red, blue, yellow, green paint is kind of splattered in flecks and flicks and smears upon the canvas. And you watch as he just kind of puts his hand down, his blood-soaked hand, and puts it and pushes himself up. And as he pulls it away, it smears like all over the canvas. And he's like, "Oh God!" He grabs like the bag and just stows it quickly away in his bag, lashes and grabs on. He's like, I'm going with the old man, man. We gotta get out of here." And he goes, and heads over and quickly climbs into the battered, broken cabin of the carriage.
I guess I'll help Hashim if he's going to be available.
I wanna do something real quick. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
I go up to the stream. I carry. You hurt too. And I cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, I meant canvas, not easel. I'm a fucking fool.
It's fine.
We met.
Okay. How much does he heal for?
6.
Okay.
Let's go.
I just kind of I don't say anything. In spirit, because I'm bigger than him, I let him kind of take me to lead me to the carriage.
Okay. Aaron, lava.
Does it just? So you said it was kind of like panning up against the building and stuff. Was it?
It's
If
just
it's
just on the big carriage. Which is
Oh.
still like 10, 15 feet away from the building itself. It
okay?
will not necessarily light the buildings on fire. As you watch your fellows begin pouring into the rickety, shattered cabin of this carriage, more lights begin to flicker on as you begin to hear like children crying and voices yelling as windows open up. You hear someone from a tall upper 4-story window yell, "There's a fire!" And another one from a lower window like, "That's my car!" As a few people begin pouring out of the streets, like looking around trying to figure out, seeing the corpses, and some pointing like, what the hell's is going on over there? As they point over at you guys loading up into the carriage. People are
Yeah.
people are panicked and starting to pour out of their buildings and into the streets as everything is happening.
Yeah. So realizing that, I'm like, yikes! We probably shouldn't stay around. It's not how I think it, but yeah. So I also reluctantly load up into the carriage, and I kind of like motion to Lava, like, come on, let's go.
I'll reach my hand up to get a hand up off the ground.
Yeah. So
Just leave me hanging.
no, I pick you up. I just leave you there. No, I pick you up and hoist you in the carriage.
Sadly, head down, very
As-
upset.
As like my probably like 5 ribs and my left knee is broken.
Okay. Once you all hop into the carriage, you hear Cairo with his cane just like tick 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 knock on the back, and he opens a slat where the light of the lamps and the fire kind of shines through the slat, and you see his two beady like almost cataract covered eyes, and he's like, "Hold on, this might be a bumpy ride." And you all lurch forward as you kind of slide along the seats in there. This car is just benches along like the 3 sides, and the last part of the perimeter is the big open door, and so you've just kind of seated yourself upon these benches as it lurches forward with the cracking of wood as he fully brings it away from the lamp lights, and the creaking of the old battered and bent gears as it, and you begin driving down the road away from the street. You guys are driving down the streets, and you look back through another slat and see the carnage that you were just involved in disappearing down the road from you as Cairo makes one turn and another away. And he kind of yells back, "All right, I think I remember how to get to the square, but you're gonna have to guide me after we get there. Oh boy, you know, I ain't had a night like that since 969. I tell you what, oh,
Nice.
I gotta say it sure is. We sure got lucky that we all got out of there alive."
While we're going, kind of like during the ride, I'm sitting like next to G Snipe, and I looked at him and I just go, "He healed me. Why does it still hurt?"
Damn. He yells.
Are we all like?
You guys
Sorry, are we all in
congregating.
close proximity of each other and stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. After hearing that, like, to console my partner, I guess, I say, death is the natural course of life. All right, we have to accept that she is gone, and move on from it. It's never pretty, but I don't think Cecilia would want us to just sit here doing nothing about something that we can't do anything about.
You're right about that.
You,
Had I
fuck you and your fucking hippie fucking tree elf shit.
You are right about
love
one thing. She wouldn't have wanted just standing there and doing nothing. And if we had been doing more sooner, had I spent more time looking into how I could help, maybe she would still be alive. If we didn't sit on our asses, not we could have done something.
What more could we have done? There's nothing more that we could have done.
I could have fixed it.
No. You did what you had to do. We all did what we had to do.
Had I known more, there's always more I can know. I can fix it.
You hear again from the front of the cabin. Seriously, I mean the fact that let's see. The fact that all 7 of us made it out alive. Crazy shit, huh? Go ahead and roll an intelligence roll, everybody.
Okay.
12.
13.
12.
You know that I'm not lying to you. What's this number?
20, fuck off.
Ron also rolled a 20.
I also rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
Both the homies rolled a nat 20.
So yeah, 24.
19.
As you're all sitting there, thinking, like, grieving about what's happened and just trying to process everything, as the adrenaline's wearing down and the emotions are swelling up inside of you, you all ignore what Cairo is saying, because what value does the crazed ravings of an old senile man mean to you? But there's 8 of you, not 7. You look. Agval. You look in your hands and you see the small little amber wormwood gem upon Cecilia's neck. You watch as small black cracks begin to form in its center and propagate out
Oh,
until the cracks fill the amulet and It shatters into nothingness, filling the cabin with just shrapnel like buckshot blasting everywhere. Sparks kind of, sparks catch on the wood and fizzle out. And you look down like, what? And you watch as from the center of where her amulet was resting upon her chest, her body begins to crumble. It begins to crumble and start dust. The horrible black, gray, pungent dust begins to as her body is slowly just crumbles into this terrible, coarse, sandy substance that before her entire body has crumbled into a gigantic pile of black sand in your hands. You and it scatters. It scatters all over the ground and the floor of the cabin and kind of.
No, don't lose any. Grab it. Don't let it go.
I'm gonna reach out and grab as much as I can with my handful.
You desperately grab it at particles of the dust, and they just, as you grab them, you get a chunk in your hand, and it bursts away into just an incomprehensible vapor. You all look around in horror as Cecilia's body has just dissipated into the nothingness before you. And Cairo continues to nonchalantly speak back to you. I mean, seriously, you think out of all the shit that happened, at least one of us, but those bastards didn't get a single one. Crazy shit. I gotta tell you, you guys are
Man, shut up for a second. Wait. What did you mean by 7 of us? There's 8 of us.
What are you? I ain't that old, kid. You got the shit pumping through your veins. You freaked out. There's 7 of us. You got me. You got the bird. We got Ezra. We got Hugo. We got you. We got my dear Felicity. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And Powell. It's all 7 of us, and we got it. The lucky 7, I swear. I gotta tell my friend Squire about this. And it's a musical reference. And we're going. I can't believe it.
What do you mean? Were your eyes just not working? Did you not see the halfling in front of you? That just turned into dust.
I mean, the mirrors are kind of cracked on it, but now that you're looking, my complexion is a bit off. I am looking a little dusty. Don't worry, I'm okay. Those bastards didn't get me.
I look over to my comrades, like, you guys just saw what I saw, right? He's batshit.
Dust.
Are we? Who is able to piece it together that her soul has like left her body?
Wait a second.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
Don't ask who was able to piece whatever together.
Piece it together first. Did you hear me scream, no, fuck off?
I know what's happening here, but I can't. Agbal doesn't fucking know. Yeah, Agbal doesn't understand. He just saw dust.
He rolled an intelligence 20 on intelligence.
Yeah, all I saw was dust. I just saw that it happened. That's all I understand.
I think the intelligence girl was more so noticing what Cairo said than anything else.
Where'd you go?
I'm just gonna say to Ishim, dust.
Whoa.
Christ.
Damn.
I
Wow.
understand most. I'm just like, she turned into dust, man.
You all, and Palmer shares your shocked expression, as he's kind of snapped out from it.
Dust.
Cairo has gone mad. It seems he's just completely forgotten that Cecilia was ever there. In the events that just occurred, I mean, that combined with his senility, he's simply lost all touch of reality and is completely off his rocker.
Maybe
as he's continuing to drive down the road.
maybe there's a variable we haven't seen yet. Maybe there is a solution to this. Maybe we can fix this. There's a new variable has been added to this equation that we have not solved yet. I need to get to my chalkboard pronto.
Okay.
Is there
Dust gone.
is there any remnants from Cecilia left at all, or is it just all just gone?
All of it has dissipated into nothing and
Even her bags.
just flown out the windows. Everything that was upon her person, gone.
All those dried muffin remnants. Gone. Dust in the wind. I can't come up with any more music references.
And I guess
I'm gonna-
I'll play this song. I hope we're
No.
not demonetized.
We will.
Say
I'm gonna start pulling out.
You know, it is
My,
it is actually copyrighted. I shouldn't play it on stream.
Then-
We're gonna say Audio Jungle.
I'm gonna pull up my notebook. And
I'm
start
allowed to asing a cover. Yes.
I wanna Ashim, and I wanna look him dead in the eyes. All right, I wanna look dead in the eyes of Ashim, and be like, she's gone. There's no variable or equation. She is gone.
I'm not paying attention to you right now. I am writing in my notebook equations to
Audio Jungle.
potential solutions to this.
Audio Jungle.
Now you're about to play She's Not There.
No, this is Lucky 7 by Chris Squire. You're driving down the road. The cool breeze is soaring through, flowing through the open windows of the big cabin door. As you've just witnessed, Audio Jungle, Cairo has gone mad. He's completely forgotten the existence of Cecilia, your fellow. But where has she gone? Her corpse, her lifeless corpse, is dissipated into the nothingness and the dust. You're filled with confusion, though ashamed. Oh, the music's really loud on the stream. Okay. Anyways, Audio Jungle. So. I completely fucking lost my train of thought. Anyways, you're driving through the streets. You're filled with grief, confusion, fear, and pain. All sorts of conflicting, strange emotions as Cairo continues to drive you through the dimly lit city, Squid City. You finally, after some time, Cairo somehow manages to find you guys at the Parliamentarian. Though you do not recall him being told how to get there or anything like that, it seems that through blind luck, he has managed to find you all at your rendezvous point, Audio Jungle, the Parliamentarian. The car grinds to a halt outside of the Parliamentarian. Palmer sits there just staring. He has the canvas in his hands, And he's just... His eyes almost glaze over, just staring at this canvas before... Tick, 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 he snaps out of it and looks as you hear Cairo say, "All right, I think this is the place. Nightingale told me about it, and I figured, he described the surroundings pretty vaguely, but you know me, I got a good mind for directions. Come on, we gotta tell him all the good news." Agval.
I assume I took the outside, and I'd like to open the door, get out, and help Pyro out.
We'll stop playing Lucky 7 by Chris Squire. So, you guys, Palmer shakes himself out and wipes a tear from his eye, puts his stuff back in his bag, and he's like, "All right, man. Nothing, He looks around, tries to come up with something to say, and just heads out. And he steps out of the cabin, and you see him start. He helps Agval. He helps you help Cairo down from the carriage. The rest of you pour out of the carriage. And head up towards the front door of the Parliamentarian. You see the shades have been drawn, the curtains have been drawn, but soft light from the interior pours through little slats, little slits in the curtains. Palmer kind of takes the initiative and just knocks upon the door. You hear some footsteps inside before the door to the Parliamentarian, the big door to the Parliamentarian opens. And Nightingale is there, who has opened the door for you, and he looks at you all and says, "Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh, get in, please, hurry, come here." He opens the door wide open, and he's like, "Dello, something bad happened. Baby, come on, get over here." He quickly ushers you inside of the Parliamentarian.
Sorry. I'm now shipping them together because you said baby.
Oh, he's called everybody baby.
He's hit on me once or twice.
Too late. You can't stop the ship
I just ignore
once it sets sail.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's a funny coincidence that you say ship, because that reminds me of a D&D too. I'm gonna have a lot of references today.
The year-long boat quest that you did.
Yeah, ironically enough, it says Rosani and Calzani. That ship sailed while they were on a ship. Crazy.
Where's Kelzani? Where is it?
So,
Is it safe? Are they safe? Can they be happy together?
Stop. This is serious. We got off track.
let's see.
Upset.
Immediately, you all pour into the Parliamentarian, and Cairo closes the door behind you. You see that there's more than just Nightingale closes the door behind you. You see that more than just Nightingale and Dello are here. There are several gnomes kind of around the area, sitting around in chairs and tables, all kind of looking at you. As soon as you come in, a couple of them head over to Nightingale, and he quickly spits an order to them. They go open the door, and stand outside. They close it behind them. As you walk more into the main room, Nightingale's like, "Oh, Cairo, baby. Oh, tell me you're okay. Tell me you're okay. I can't. I was so worried about you as soon as I saw these guys. Oh my gosh." And Cairo just looks, "Oh, Nightingale, it's so good to see you. I tell you what, your friends are lifesavers, literally. We had some bad actors come in and try and take care of old Mr. Evangelist, but I gotta tell you, these guys would make a hell of an adventuring group if they wasn't all artisans and shit. I tell you what, damn, I want them in the next fight I'm in. And Nightingale's like, oh, yeah, well, they're men and women of many talents. Don't worry. He looks over at you. He's like, what the hell happened? Go talk to Dello. Don't get blood on
We all-
you.
Yeah, we all like look like shit and stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot I had bullet holes in me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Shit.
like
I'm literally
like my
just like
elbow is going through my wrist.
my my upper torso and my waist is only being, or my hips are only being connected by my spine, and there's just nothing else there.
I have
The
like
car.
3-degree burns all over me.
You hear Nightingale and Cairo immediately engage in a over-the-top vaudevillian conversation as their two personalities combine into a sum great, or a whole greater than the sum of its parts. A door opens up at the end of the room, into the back room that you've been into before when you got your second job from Dello. It seems he's heard the commotion, and as he opens it, he looks at all of you, and immediately, what the fuck happened? Get the hell in here right now! Come on, go! Let's go!
We go.
I move.
We're all doing the runny hands.
He closes the door behind you, points at the table. Sit down right now.
Is there a big chair?
No.
I sit on the floor.
I also sit on the floor, cross-legged.
Sit at the fucking table, you jamook. Come on.
I start
Ugh.
making weird gattling noises.
Hold on. He opens the door. Antinomio! Get him a bigger chair! Closes it.
I stand up and I wait for the chair.
I just go to a chair because I thought he meant just sit down somewhere.
At this point, I've kind of composed myself again, as I now have new theories popping in my head about everything. So I just kind of listen and abide by the command and choose a chair to sit. Kind of half in the conversation.
Okay.
I stand on the table. I pump my arm and I start making the gattling noises.
Oh no!
Nick.
He looks over. The door opens up and the gnome Antinomio comes with a big chair for Agval. Kind of sets it on the ground. He looks. You need anything else, boss? Dello. No, get that. Go check outside. I don't know if they was followed or not. Come on, go. Grab your brothers too. Aye, boss. And he heads out.
I don't want to know the brothers' names.
He heads over to the table and picks himself up onto the table. He just looks at all of you with the cold, characteristic stare that at this point you've only seen a couple of times. Once when he originally sat you down at the beginning of the day.
It's been one day.
Now that same stern, focused look as he sat you down at the table once more. He eyeballs all of you for a moment. He doesn't say anything for what feels like ages. I got 3 questions for you. First question: is Cairo okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Second question: are you okay?
Most of us.
No.
I don't see any of yous that is hurt badly enough. All right. Finally. What the fuck happened out there? Don't spare me any goddamn details. I need to know. This is serious shit. It was already serious shit when you left this morning, and it's a lot more serious shit now that I see the state that all of you are in. So you gotta tell me what the hell is going on.
Well,
I can't.
We're not playing pity putty. Put your hands up. Somebody fucking tell me.
all right, Dello. Okay. Well, we took him out for a stroll. We went to Gambit Street, hung out there. We went to the lake. All right. Fed the birds. All right. Then we went to the apartments, and he met up with one of his old buddies. All right. And we just hung out there for a little bit.
Lupin's his name, the buddy.
Yes, his buddy. After that, we went to eat, and then after eating, we went to a Josiah Brain can't remember what the store was called. But Aaron remembers, Josiah just forgot.
Auburn Albatross.
Yeah. And we went to the Auburn Albatross, and then shortly after that, we went to the casino, where we caused a bit of a ruckus with Cairo having some debt. All right.
Oh, fucking hell. That's the... Okay. Yeah, I'll ask questions later. Go ahead. Keep talking. Keep
Well,
talking.
after that, we settled his debt. He
What do you
luckily
mean
won.
Hold on. What
Okay.
do you mean you settled his debt?
Well, it was a regular game. Again, Josiah, I can't remember what the game was called. It was the dice game.
Stop dice.
Guys,
Bob Dice, yeah. He won a game of Bob Dice, which released his debt, and
We ended up paying half of it.
oh yeah, we also ended up paying half of it.
That's out of game machine, does not say.
Oh yeah, we ended up paying half of it, but he won a game of Bob Dice.
But you didn't kill nobody there.
We didn't kill anybody there.
Okay.
All right, and then we left and went down Gambit Street. We were just heading back, and then we were completely caught by surprise by a carriage with 2 guns loaded on, and it killed one of our compatriots and injured a lot of us. Luckily, Gutter Snipe was able to get Cairo into safety. All right, we've taken care of the mobsters; they're all dead. All right, but then we took the carriage, and here we are.
Hold on. You're confusing me here. Okay. First of all, what was there anything else happening when you were at Gambit Street? I knew about the gambling. That's so did Nightingale, but you can't. Fuck. I didn't want to run this job at all. Sure as hell didn't want you on it. I needed to. I mean, my hand is fucking forced. What else happened? I mean, was it just hunky dory until you left? I understand what happened at the Gambit, but nothing else, nothing crazy. Just a nice fun day.
while we were in the apartments, while Cairo was visiting his friends, some gnomes came in and made a mess of probably another patron. While Cairo was leaving, some pots fell down that were maybe aimed at him. While we were at the park, nothing bad happened. Yarn and Koval was fine. Danner heard.
Sorry.
There was
wine.
a strange encounter of when, after our dinner, the wine that Aaron drank. I theorized it was the wine. It could have been the food. It could have been really bad food. I mean, the place looked like it was more for spend all the money on looks and not much on the food quality. But my theory is that something that Aaron consumed caused him to almost die.
Oh yeah, that's right. All that is
it leads me to believe
blur.
he was
I don't know. I just remember blacking out and waking up, and everybody was standing over me.
He kind of throws his
Jones, Parkland man.
Fuck. That was a goddamn setup from the start, that rat. Okay.
I'd like to hold up my hand.
He looks up. What the hell did I just... What? What?
And an apartment named Jom.
Oh, yeah, Agval earned a 30 days' work.
Yeah, that's the guy. I kick in door.
He kind of like, I mean, does this. He's,
Cairo got his fortune told.
okay, you know what? Pots falling. Aaron passing out after incidents with wine. Shit going on at the Golden Gambit. It's a setup. It's a goddamn setup, and I knew it. That's why I sent you in the first place, but I didn't think you had the balls to pull it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wait, we didn't talk about the carriage.
Oh, we did.
We did.
No, he's
Oh,
about,
yeah, we
to,
did.
he's about to ask. Don't worry. All right. You didn't hurt anybody while you were there in the street, right?
Not in the
very-
street.
It's very important that you didn't do it while you were there.
Except for the mobsters. That's it.
If you're insinuating that we didn't defend ourselves when they
No,
killed our
honest-
friend,
Honestly, Jello, I have no idea what street we were on while we were leaving when they came up with us in the gun.
Listen, as long as you weren't.
Wait,
Okay, you know what? Okay, let's focus on that part. Okay, nothing else happened in the day, whatever. Don't care about that. I got that all figured out already. They came up with what? I see. You're talking about guns. I see a dozen or so bullet holes in all of you and your clothing. You tell me a couple pistols did that? What the hell's the bird doing with this chugga 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 shit? What are you talking about?
It was a
Gun.
machine gun.
it was
big gun.
it was a strange mechanical object, far larger than the average gun, like the one that Nightingale had. It was able to fire several projectiles at a very short amount of time using a crank.
Okay.
God.
And it wasn't magical. I would have known.
Oh, what the
There's two of them.
shit?
I would have stopped.
Did you manage to? Well, okay. What? Fucking. What happened after that? So you got attacked. They hit you with whatever this weapon they got is. Okay.
And the wagon itself.
All right, and the carriage itself, sure. What happened after that? You run. You deal with them. What?
What
We-
would you do if somebody killed one of your friends?
You keep talking about somebody killing your friends. I see all of you right in front of me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
We murdered them.
You killed
you-
them. That's the
do you
kind
not-
of answer I'm looking for.
Yes, but do you not remember that there was 8 of us initially?
Are my hands still bloody?
Yes, you're all
It's-
still
it's-
bloody.
Yeah, and Palmer is still bloody too, right?
Most of you are bloody.
Yeah.
Nice.
He looks at you. Aaron, I do not have the patience right now for your addled brain struggling to count how many of you guys you got. All right? I see 6 of you in front of me right now. I hear Cairo out there. 7 of yous went. 7 of yous come back. Came back. Excuse me. Common ain't my first language. But anyways, you killed them. All of them. Okay?
Yes.
How'd you get back?
Their carriage.
Carriage.
You took the carriage, so you got the gun.
On ground.
It's on the ground. It was left
That
there.
was left behind.
You took the carriage and you left the gun.
It was
It was
indisposed.
thrusted out of the carriage. We didn't have time to pick it up.
Fuck. 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 That's what I gotta say about all this. Fuck. Alright. Come out with me. We gotta. Let's get Cairo Nightingale and his boys on the way. We gotta talk about something very important. Let's go. Come on. gestures towards the door.
Kind of look to the people next to me and kind of quietly speak. Let's put a pause on the whole Cecilia thing for now.
Yeah, they clearly
It's on my face.
have either forgotten them or, I don't know.
Again, there's this new variable that we're not taking into account. So until we discover what it is, let's not add it to the equation just yet.
All right. You exit out. You exit out into the showing room of the parliamentarian once more, and Cairo has finished his talk with Nightingale, and you see he sat in a chair. He was falling fast asleep, finally at an appropriate time. And Nightingale comes up to you guys as you exit the room. He's like, "Oh, thank the gods! When you walked in like that, I feared that the worst had happened. My gosh! Oh, look at the costumes! Oh, well. All right, you know what? Here, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Listen." I hope he can't. I'll speak quietly. Come on in so he can't hear me, because you know how he is. You did a very good job with what I asked of you. I mean, we didn't. I'll talk to Dello about the details later, but clearly it went worse than we were expecting. But looks like you guys handled it okay. You didn't blow your cover, did you? He thinks you're all just artists, right? I was talking to him, and I mean, he seemed pretty convinced. But you can change on a dime just like that. You didn't say anything to him, right?
Not that I can remember.
Oh, you guys are good. You guys are real good.
Yeah,
Oh.
You may have seen me cast some magic.
Oh, hells, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's just a magic trick, whatever. As long as he doesn't, you didn't say anything, you gotta be really blunt with the guy, don't you know? Fine, good, listen, good work. Great work. I knew, Dello kept telling me, he said, well, we can't send them, they're too young, it's too dangerous. What if Shearbuckle does something? Well, Shearbuckle clearly did something, and who cares, because you dealt with it.
Wait. Who's Shearbuckle?
Oh, you know that name.
Oh, we know it?
He's the opposing boss. Or Dello's
Oh, yeah,
boss.
that's right, we met
him.
him. Yeah, that's right, we met him on the way out.
That Dello was meeting with.
Okay, yeah, we did meet him.
A Nightingale, yeah. The guy that Cecilia and Guttersnipe angered, mostly
Yeah.
Cecilia.
So I guess Guttersnipe angered them now,
So-
and not Celia?
He looks.
No one left alive.
Yes.
He kind of throws his hand up. You can just see it. Anyways, none of that matters. You guys have done great work, exactly what I wanted you to. And I am a very, very, very thankful gnome. I've got payment for you, first of all, and I got somebody I gotta put a very good word in for you guys. You guys ain't got nothing more to worry about. Forget about it all, okay? Listen, here's I got for you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so I got an extra 2. Whatever. I guess I'll brought too many. Anyways, here you go. He
Where's Palmer?
Palmer's here.
Okay, just making sure.
He doles.
Extra 2. I'm sorry.
Two.
Keep going.
1. Did I say 2?
Thank you.
I said
Yeah, you did say 2. That's why I was like,
You did say 2, yeah.
Okay, no, extra 1. Anyways, I got an extra one. Oh, whatever. Anyways, here you go. For a job well done. And he hands you all a pouch of 100 gold pieces.
Yes!
Whoa.
I'm no longer broke.
And
Same.
well,
Imagine ever being broke.
I guess I'll keep this as the deposit on new costumes.
But I didn't pay for it. I didn't take one.
Speaking of those, I'm gonna have some of the boys go ahead and get Cairo into a carriage so we can get him to my place. Hold on.
Oh, boys.
Cairo! Wake up, old friend! And Cairo goes, oh, what? 69. Oh, I was having a dream.
Nice.
It's you guys. Hey, thanks again. Is it time to go? All right. It's been a pleasure. If you're still in Squid City this time next month, let me know. We can meet up, Nightingale and me's and you's, and we can we can meet up. And you, dear, if maybe you want to meet up before then well, moi. Felicity kisses your hand as he says that to you. Don't be a stranger now, okay? And Nightingale like, and Nomeo, come on, get him out of here. Let's go home. And a few of Nightingale's guys come and bring fucking Cairo Evangelist. They open the door for him, and you see there's a fresh gear carriage that pulls up as they load him in. Nightingale turns around and is kind of leaning in the doorway. just take the costumes off and leave them by the rack right here. And he kind of sifts through. Huh. I thought I had a witch costume here. I guess I'll get another one. All right. Just leave them there, and I'll get them sometime tomorrow. Ta-ta! And he closes the door.
Yeah, I just immediately take off my costume.
Okay.
Throw off my dress and buckle in disgust. I didn't even get these here.
You got the buckle.
Yeah.
I'd like to look at Palmer.
You look at Palmer. He's just kind of, he didn't have a costume because he was already an artist. He was the only one who was barely undercover. He just changed his name. And he's just kind of sitting there like.
I like to look. Oh, good.
He doesn't actually. He kind of puts his hand on his face, and wipes the dried blood off of his face, and just sits down on one of the chairs.
I'd like to go up and I'm standing over him, waiting for him to notice me.
Looks up at you.
And I hold out my pouch and I go, "Debt owed." I drop it.
He watches it cling, on the ground. He's like, "Oh, thanks, man. Thanks a lot." And he picks it up and just kind of tosses it in his bag with all the loose paints and everything else. You guys, Dello, now that you're alone in the showing room with Dello, he looks at all of you and he says, "All right, get the costumes off. Take a seat down, and we got to talk about a couple things." I'll give you guys a minute while I fuck. I'm grabbing a smoke. You need anything? Anybody?
Water.
Chalkboard?
What'd you say, Shane?
A chalkboard?
I ain't got a chalkboard here, kid. It's gonna, and it is like a six week lead time on those. God fucking. Water.
I'd like to also just say smoke.
All right, big guy. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Here we go.
My friend back.
He walks.
What?
Brings you a doll.
He kind of raises an eyebrow at you, confused, and heads back towards the back room. Disappears there for a minute. And after a couple of minutes, he comes back out. You see he's got a fat cigar kind of in his teeth. He's got a single glass of water that he's poured. He hands it to you, Aaron. He's like, ah. He goes over to you, Ashim. You got a light, kid? He blows a ring of smoke up in the air that kind of dissipates and hangs foggy.
I prestidigitate again to make the smoke the shape of the carriage and kind of recreate the depiction of the carriage driving by and shooting.
He looks. Yeah, I kind of. The exact imagery ain't important, but I got the idea. He pulls up a little stool and sits himself down in front of you all. You're kind of just like, I wish I had a map for the parliamentarian. I don't think I ever made one.
I wouldn't worry about it.
No. You're all kind of just sat around. It's a big showing room, so you've kind of pulled up chairs, taken them from display areas, and you're sat down. Hold on.
Hey, Don. Come here, buddy.
Okay. He sits down. All right. I have been completely truthful with all of you. It's not because I haven't wanted to, it's been for your own safety. But you guys have gotten way too mixed up in all of this to get out of it now. I understand that you are all here to pursue an education at the university, and I find it admirable. But unfortunately, recent events have charted a different course for your lives, at least while you're here. That first time we met when you came into the shop, I sent you to deliver a package, right? Now, knowing you now as I compared to how I did then, I know that you know exactly what was in there, or at least a general idea of what you were running. I figured I'd pick a few kids up off the street. I had never seen them before. I have them deliver something for me. I give them a little bit of money for their time. I send them on their way. I never see them again. They're none the wiser, and they've got a little change for candies and drinks at the bar and the velvet wardrobe and whatever. But then one day I got to read in the paper, and I see a headline: an airship, one of the fleet of the Edmund Fitzgerald, stolen and crashed in the mountains nearby the city. College students supposedly on that airship, and I think to myself, huh, what a coincidence. Certainly couldn't be them though, huh? Then I start getting knocks on my door. And I start hearing from people. Some people I like, some people I don't. The people who got involved with that are the same people that I just sent a couple days ago on a drug run. And I think, fuck. Look what I've gotten myself into. And more importantly, look at what they've gotten themselves into. Since you guys thwarted the theft of that airship, there's been a very powerful group who's been looking for you. They weren't sure exactly who you were, but... And I wasn't sure they knew either, but I figured they'd find you by description alone sooner or later. So I called you down. I had you meet some of my friends. Don Burrows, Nightingale, Bruno Lumen Rivet Jr. You made some deliveries for me to them too. I figured I'd get you maybe in their good graces. Maybe the right people see you interacting with them, and the wrong people know maybe to stay away. And I think, all right, that's the end of it. These kids can get on with their lives. I can forget about them. They can finish their education and get the hell out of here without getting mixed up in anything else. But then something else happened. Then I get a call. I get a call from somebody very important. Somebody very important who's very upset at something that has happened. The details escape me. But what I know is that the description of these certain people who have made this certain person very upset ring big loud bells in my head. And suddenly, I got a lot more people who are potentially very upset, who are potentially now the wrong people. So I think to myself, well, we gotta pull them in here. I gotta talk to them. I gotta tell them what's going on so that they can get out of here. They can leave. Sucks for them, but at least they'll be safe. And then something else happens that I really, really did not fucking expect. He looks at you, Gutter Snipe. Somebody breaks into my fucking meeting with one very, very wrong person. And what's more, one very, very wrong person is in charge of something that some other people have maybe gotten their hands all dirtied in. Maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. But it's too late for me to tell. He's out the door. I can't hear what he's thinking. I can't see where he's looking. It's too fucking late. I got Nightingale on my ass. I've gotta find somebody for the job, and it might as well be them. And I think to myself, well, it can't be fucking them because they're gonna get themselves killed. And they almost did. And now here we are, sitting at this table. We entered a table. Here we are, sitting around in a showing room at the middle of the night, talking about this. All that's been very vague. I'm going to clarify what has been happening. Elman Shearbuckle is a member of an organized crime family called the Diavettos. They are one of two very important, very influential, and very powerful groups in this city. Mr. Shearbuckle is one of the Diavetto's Napos. Very important person. He's kind of like a captain. He runs a district. He oversees a district in the city. Gambit Street, where you went, is within that district, which is why we had to negotiate with him to get Cairo in safely. Mr. Shearbuckle was also, as I learned, involved in the theft of that airship. And in fact, it was his boys, his associates, that were doing the stealing that you guys stopped. Now, ever since then, you've had a target painted on your back. They haven't known exactly who you are, but they'd find out. Word travels quick in this city, especially when they are involved. Now, I've tried to leverage my connections to help keep you safe. I work with another family in the city, the Moleros. I happen to be a very good friend with the Napos of this family. Bruno, Don, Nightingale. All captains, all overseers of districts in the city that this family controls. I was hoping that getting you in their good graces would be enough to keep you safe, to keep the Diavettos, to keep Shearbuckle off of your tail. But then you went and upset Vitello. Vitello Malero you have met before. He is the underboss. Third in command of this family. And he can be a very calm and reasonable person, like myself. But he can also be very fickle, and unlike myself, he is very easily insulted and slighted. You understand that respect and status are very important factors in organizations like this. And when an individual, especially one as important as him, believes that he has been disrespected, there can be very, very dire consequences. I got you on this job with Nightingale to make up for however you upset him. That was before I knew that Shearbuckle was going to be involved. Those districts shift and change, and I mean, Shearbuckle hasn't been in charge of Gambit Street for a couple of years now, but clearly times are changing, and he's back. As soon as I saw him walk in that door, I knew we were in for trouble. Shearbuckle's a rat. He's a two-time ambassador. He can't be trusted. And he's been getting more and more bold. He's been breaking some rules recently, unspoken rules that both families abide by. I've tried to keep you out of harm's way as best as I could. Believe me, I have. I didn't want to send you on this, and frankly, if I had known that what would have happened when you came in the first day, I would have closed up shop hours before you came. These organizations operate on very fine, honor-bound rules, all right? Members of the family, the Moleros and the Diavettos, they don't kill each other, all right? Killing another member of the family is unheard of unless directly commanded by a superior, and only then if that person has broken rules, has disrespected somebody, is putting the family in danger, because when you kill one, you're weakening the organization. But anybody outside of it is free, fair game. Even me. I ain't a member of the family. You see, the Diavettos, well, like me, they're all forest gnomes, right? The Moleros, rock gnomes. If you ain't one of their kind, you can't be a made man, all right? Now it doesn't mean it stops people from working with them. I'm an associate. I can't be an official member of the Moleros. I never will be, but I am very highly respected. I've been working with this family for a very long time. I work directly with the Napos. I work with Viteto. Sometimes I go almost all the way to the top. But even then, I ain't safe. If Viteto's on your ass, he's on mine too. So you understand how we're both in danger here. How we both were in danger. Even the members of the opposing families try to avoid killing each other when they can, which is why when blood's in the streets, it's from associates, it's from workers, it's from people who aren't members of these families. That means you. That means me. He kind of puts his, takes a long drag of his cigar. The families aren't the only powers in the city. We got a democracy, but that's not to say they aren't heavily involved. They got their roots firmly planted in almost every facet of the city, us and them. You can't hide here. And after what's happened, you can't really leave either. If you do manage, you can't come back. Even now, you aren't fully safe. You got the job done. You got back. All is well. But after everything that has happened, Shearbuckle's got a target on you. And because there aren't any rules against dealing with you how he see fit, he'll do whatever he wants to you. You think one car of whatever that thing was bad enough? What if they got more of those guns? Alright? They sure as hell got a lot more carriages. They sure as hell got a lot more guys. Alright? Even if we restrict the sale of those carriages to them, they get them. They get them. We can't stop it. We get their guns sometimes. We steal them, we smuggle them out. But they got resources, and he especially. Shearbuckle has just broken an official agreement between the two families. We gave him documents, leasing documents for old housing that he wants to use for hideouts. In return, he'd grant Mr. Vangelis and you safe passage. Now, we didn't trust him to fulfill that agreement given his history, but we sent you because we figured you could be a deterrent, not so that you could defend him. We didn't think any of this was going to happen. But he broke this agreement, and that means he might continue to do so. He's a wild card, and he needs to be stopped. Without the backing of this family and any of its resources, there's no way that you guys are going to be able to deal with him. But you got options. Only two, unfortunately. This man, it's basically an ultimatum. If you desire, you can get involved. none of you can be made official members of the family. None of you are rock gnomes. But after all the good work you've done, and both my sponsorship and now Nightingale's, you can be made associates like me. That means, well, you're under the beck and call of any of the Napos, but realistically you'll be working with Nightingale the most. And you'll be working under me. I'm not forcing you to do this. And in fact, if it was any other situation, I'd tell you to get the hell out of the city right now and never look back. But you can neither stop Shearbuckle nor guarantee your own safety outside of the university. I'm sorry, truly, that it's come to this, but I mean, you guys have taken the actions that you've taken, and you're dealing with the consequences now. You guys are forever marked by Shearbuckle, and you got other eyes falling on you too. If you want to get revenge on him, if you want to help make his place safer after what he did to you, this is how you got to do it. And it was a tough decision. I'm not asking you to make it immediately. If you need a day, end of the weekend, to ponder it, I can get you a carriage back to the university and get you safe transport, at least for a few days, to and from here and there, and we can talk about it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry. What was he gonna say? The other option? He said it was an ultimatum. I only heard one option. Or was he gonna say the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other
Sorry.
option is that you stick around, you keep going to school, and every single time you walk off campus, I'd say you got a 40% chance of a bullet going through your head. Now, you want to run that risk? I won't stop you. That's your choice to make. Squid City's free, baby. But if you want to guarantee your safety, or at least drop those percentages a bit, this is what you got. Fucking goddamn kids. Goddamn kids. It pains me. It really, it does. But that's what we got. Agfall.
No, Snipe.
Yeah.
In Della's voice, into deep, and I reach out my hand to shake.
Okay. Well, seems like your bird buddy's already on board. Grabs your hand and shakes it. If the rest of you are so quick to have made a decision, I mean, let's hear it. Otherwise, let's get you home.
About my large hand. Just...
Okay. Hold on. I had a feeling I already knew your answer. He grabs your hand, Agfall.
What?
Snipe.
I am already. Also, my pipe.
It beats having to confront my dad about this.
What's he dead?
He, what a strange motivation that is. But all right. Anybody else?
Hmm.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
So much for Louis.
I think I
Uh,
need to think on it.
Uh, well, I guess it's better than being in a cult of demonic, you know, idiots. And I reach out and shake his hand.
Also a very strange reason.
But
Yeah.
Dello, only on weekends, right? We still have school to do.
That is right. My attendance score has been perfect up until this point.
Yeah, I need to work on my combat. It hasn't been great.
He looks. He looks at you with a.
I had a magical composition assignment due
All
tomorrow.
right.
Oh my god, the composition, no!
Look at me. All right, it ain't due tomorrow. It's Saturday right now.
You don't understand. Early is on
Actually,
time.
I'm sorry. It's Tuesday.
Whoa.
We're missing
Oh my
an
god, we
assignment.
missed all of
We're
our
late.
classes today! Oh
Tuesday was going for 3 days.
Yeah, we can only go
Kill
Monday,
him.
Wednesday, Friday.
no! What time of the year is it? It could be fall break.
It's October.
It's October 1st.
Hey,
That's
yeah,
it.
it is fall break. It could be. Depending
That's it.
on when we
I'm
started.
gonna shove a flaming sphere down Shearbuckle's throat for making me turn in a late assignment.
I'll sacrifice him to Demogorgon.
Yeah, I'll.
Yes!
After the session, we'll talk about what has happened today. Go ahead.
Oh, I had a question for Dumbo. Okay, so you talked about how we couldn't leave if we stayed with you. Does that mean we couldn't go home?
That's exactly what I'm saying, dear. Listen, the Maleros control the gear carriage business. So at the very least, you can travel safely throughout the city, but there's a lot of stuff you don't know. And you'll learn in time, but there's 3 ways out of this city. Well, unless you're a wizard, I guess. But even then, you got 3 main ways out of this city for everybody else. 1, you take one of those dwarven trains out of here. 2, you take an airship out of here. 3, you climb down, or more often, are thrown down the mountain. Both us and the Diavettos are constantly watching all the trains coming in. Nobody comes in or leaves without us knowing. And the Diavettos have Westerfield airships and armaments wrapped around their finger. They control all of the airship industry and the firearms industry. You can't get out with one of the airships without them knowing. And the likelihood that you're able to safely get down this mountain without splitting yourself on a jagged rock or getting eaten by a giant scorpion or a spider or something like that, I'd rather take the 40% chance of the bullet in my head. So no, you can't leave the city. I don't need an answer right now. But it's got to be soon. Palmer kind of sits there for a moment. Oh man. Oh man. Really hope I see another crab soon, because this has got to be a dream. Oh boy. I gotta take some time, man. I gotta take some time. I can't give you an answer. I'm sorry. I gotta think about this. I'm in her boat. I'm in her boat. I can't. Can't do it. Can't do it. Dell looks at you all. All right. I'll stop on by sometime later in the week. For now, I'd just go along with your lives. Don't leave the school. Got it? I'm serious. Do not leave. You go to class, you go to your dorms, you stay in one of those two places. That's where you're safest. Anywhere else, even with the university under our control, I don't know. I can't guarantee your safety, but at least in a building there, you should be okay. Here. Fuck. He opens up a chest nearby him. I had a couple of these spares lying around, and he pulls out a couple of pistols. These flintlocks. And he looks at Palmer. He's like, I know you ain't made a decision yet, kid, but your piece looks a little broken. Palmer pulls out his piece, and it's just. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. Dello tosses the gun to him and he looks, his hand's still covered in blood, and he's just has it in his hands. And, thanks, man. Puts it in his holster where he held his piece. And,
Please!
oh, what?
No, he doesn't need a gun.
This ain't the craziest thing I ever done, but, well, you were the most eager to join, huh?
All right, our plot's gonna get resolved tomorrow.
He spins it and hands it to you.
Is it really so weird the artificer gets a gun? Infinite
Actually, he
gun.
makes his own
Gun, infinite gun. Hell yeah, baby. Now I just need a long rest for my infinite gun.
And, here. He grabs a couple sacks, tosses them to you guys. It's hard to get some of the nicer guns out of those crates that we smuggle from A&A, but at the very least we got some of their older models, you know, shit that they don't use that much. They're old. They ain't working the best, but well, they pack a punch, and they'll keep you safe. Scare anybody off who ain't got one. You know what I'm saying? But don't brandish it around, all right? I mean, not even people like Shearbuckle wear those things just on their belts. They keep them concealed. You go into a school, you better do that.
Wear them on my chest like Blackbeard.
Sorry, Napish?
Kaposh.
Yeah, alright.
No.
No Kaposh.
Black
Dello.
Jackson.
So we all recently joined the Adventures Club. Does that mean we can't be a part of that club?
What, are you like joining Dark Souls Covenants? You can only be in one.
That's with your fucking Norbit Halfpint, right?
Yeah.
With the amazingly designed hat.
Yeah, I know all about Professor Halfpint. What?
Quick question, just clarifying. Is he a rock or a wood gnome? Or force gnome?
Stello?
With gnome.
No.
Oh.
Norbit.
Norbit is a rock gnome.
Ah.
It's one of the Napos.
Let's just say that a professor as young and as talented as Professor Halfpint did not come to fulfill a role as a director of a department at the university by virtue of his gargantuan intellect alone.
Well, I meant that club requires us to leave the city.
Yeah, I understand.
It seems like a really good opportunity.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Ah.
It's more complicated than just leaving. These people have resources. You can leave Squid City, but Squid City doesn't ever really leave you. You feel me?
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me. All right. We'll meet on Saturday. You got 4 days. Think about it if you haven't made your decision already. And we'll start talking about important details that you need to know. Okay. Let's go in the back room, get cleaned up. You're gonna give security there a heart attack if you walk in all covered in blood and everything. From what I understand, there's been some strange stuff happening at the university. I don't want you guys to get mixed up in that too.
No, never.
Oh, absolutely not. What
Yeah.
what weird stuff are you referring to?
Not even.
Oh, some shit with the Department of Arcane Studies. That old guy they got there, director, what?
Johnson.
Yeah, Guybrush, that guy. Man, he's been there a long time. Him and his sister for a long time. But I guess neither of them anymore. Time flies.
Heard the
they
new
were
guy
so
there's
smart. Really smart too. Wicked.
Heard the
smart.
new guy there's a complete ass.
He's okay.
Is that so? Huh. Well, all right, get cleaned up. I'll get a carriage coming for you. Let's get you home, okay?
Johnson reached into him.
Ed, did you say that him?
I'm really saying it's a snipe, but like I'm remembering. It's like, oh yeah, didn't he reach into me once?
Okay. Go ahead, go clean yourselves up. Do whatever you need to. We got bandages. We got salves and ointments. You can. Well, if any of you were gonna bleed to death, it would have happened already. So, I think you're all right there. Anyone making any death saving throws? 'Cause that's a stupid mechanic, and you can tell Shearbuckle I told him that.
Bet Shearbuckle makes death saving throws.
And we cut that part. Go on, get ready. I got a carriage coming. I'll get a carriage coming for you.
I stand up and go to the room.
Yeah, same.
All right. You guys. Oh, did someone have something? No. Okay. You
Yeah,
guys,
bro. What? That fucking my pistol.
you guys clean yourselves off and kind of wrap up your wounds as best as you can, patching your clothing and finding new stuff off of Nightingale's rack. That Dello just says you can take whatever the hell you want from, because he doesn't give a shit about Nightingale's whatever
That's
Nightingale his boss.
on paper.
Fair enough.
And after a time of just sitting around in the now smoke-filled room, as Dello has sucked down his long cigar, you hear outside a gear carriage pull up. I'm gonna on the door. Dello, come in! A few gnomes open the door and they gesture you over into open cabin doors. You guys hop inside of the gear carriage, and the cabin doors are closed as you drive over the rocky stone roads of Squid City back to the university, whose map I will bring up. As you all... Hold on. I don't know why I'm swinging the camera everywhere. Just a second. Oh no! Oh, the Department of Martial Studies is on fire! And there's a giant Gatling gun in the Department of Practical Studies. That's practical.
Can't get more practical than a giant gun.
But that seems a little impractical.
Ask the Navy about it.
Making
They'll tell
Dr. Johnson tonight's biggest loser.
Oh.
No, I mean, he's a fucking wazard.
Yeah.
So,
Ishimi, if you can stop one, imagine how many Dr. Johnson can stop. With enough alcohol in his system? No chance.
But when the gun's that big, when it fires bullets literally twice his size,
he doesn't even need magic, man. He'll just throw it back at you.
you think Dr. Johnson booze cruises? Just a random question.
That's funny. That's so fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up.
I did on accident.
I missed.
Anyways, so you're driving back along the road, just kind of sitting there, still feel. At this point, you all kind of feel, well, an emptiness sitting within you, as you were completely emotionally and physically drained from the taxing day. Not only the the events of the past few hours, but the entire day. Awakening in the now very, very much destroyed Department of Arcane Studies with no memory of recent events, and Director Johnson, well, this didn't happen today, but Director Johnson commanding you to leave, and then days later, Director Johnson being on a leave of absence for his personal health. Harkham, Ibn Bahad, Hashim's father,
At the end to him.
being inducted as the new director of arcane studies. Then coming, meeting Sheerbuckle and everything that happened today. The past week, really the whole time that you've been here, it's just been one thing after another, and at this moment, the weight of all of this, the past few months, really just sags upon you. As what just happened? Something happened in Twitch. I thought, oh whatever. Oh, Del followed us. Thank you, Del. The weight,
Subs.
the weight of everything just really falls upon you, and you all just kind of feel compelled to sag down into your seats and well, sit. Lauva, you sit down in the back of the cabin as the window slats are open near you, and you just kind of gaze around. Everyone's sitting, kind of doing their own thing. Hashim seems to be doing calculations in the air, just mimicking numbers and everything, figuring out something with an air of superiority that is often present. Agval, for the most part, sits around, though unlike the others, he sits at the ready, almost as if prepared to pounce at any moment. Occasionally his eyes will dart back and forth along the cabin before he continues to look down at the ground, content to think again about what was occupying him. Aaron, he acts no differently, though something seems strange with him as well. What, you cannot put your finger upon. And Palmer, ever since Cecilia died in his arms, you see that he is simply fixated, unable to tear his eyes away from the terrible memento that he has from her, the canvas covered in the flecks of reds and blues and greens and yellows, and the horrible, dried, caked, dark brown blood of your lost compatriot. In the moonlight, you see occasionally tears stream from his eyes as he simply stares at it, unblinking. And you decide to turn away from this sorrowful and confusing sight and look out the window. As you drive by an alleyway, you see her once more. A familiar dwarven woman. She peers at you from an alleyway, simply staring, her face a mixture of grief and fear etched upon it, like a canvas. She does not attempt to say anything as you quickly drive past, but you make eye contact with her for what feels like hours before, after a moment, you drive away from the alleyway and she's no longer in your sight. You are dropped off at the university and make your way to the dormitories. And you all go up the 4 flights of stairs that bring you to your suite on the top floor of the second dormitory building. And as you round up the flight of stairs, you a nearby door opens and you see Maple steps out from the doorway. She doesn't see you at first and kind of closes the door. And she looks over at you guys. Oh my, you guys have been gone all day. Have you guys seen Cecilia anywhere? And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Wait a second.
What?
She
remembers, though.
Yeah,
She remembers.
you remembered.
Could somebody make a meme of Cairo and Dello doing the I forgot, and then the rest of us plus Maple going, I remember. Yeah.
Oh.
Find it funny how Dello is like, you all are just kids, and I'm over here like 80 years old and stuff.
But you're also a half elf.
Yeah,
also-
you're basically a kid.
No,
live in the forest
I'm not half
forever.
elf. I'm a full elf.
Yeah. So in full elf terms, you're 8 years old.
No,
Kid.
I'm not.
He's a drow. So
I'm a young adult.
He's 80 out of 500, which is like, I'm not going to do the exact math, but it's like, oh, it's 16, I think.
It would be 16.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kid.
Aaron's pretty traumatized for somebody
That's
who's
pretty
16,
young.
so he's seen some shit.
You can see some shit at
Fucked
any
up
age, Aaron.
What?
You can see shit at any age.
Yeah, so like when you go through that level of trauma, you're like a little bit more mature, right?
Yeah.
No.
So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Debatably.
welcome back, everyone. Thank you all for coming to session number 21 of the Delinquents. We will begin to play somewhat more regularly now that I have a regular schedule and understand the demands that will be made of me from day to day. For those of you who are watching, if you're a return viewer, thank you for watching. We appreciate you coming back, and we hope that you enjoyed this. If you're new here and you only caught a little bit of it, welcome. We hope you enjoyed what you did see. We don't have cameras. We all have our cameras out in Discord, but we're not displaying any of that on Twitch. So, like, we're all looking and nodding at the camera, and you can't see shit. So imagine us doing that. Whatever you think we look like, imagine us.
I'm
doing
sure
it.
there's a way you could do that.
There is. And I'll
There's a
get
way.
to that.
Come on, get to it, Brett.
Damage.
I'll figure it out.
Come on,
You are
man.
not supplying the best viewing experience for your viewers, and I think they should look elsewhere.
Hey, our
Wow.
viewers.
Listen, I'll stream it.
No.
Oh,
Anyways, that is where we're going to end today's session. We will probably play next Friday, but I got to figure that out. And you can all level up. Level 5.
Yay! Finally!
Wonderful! That's what we're
Oh
talking
my
about.
god!
text me.
Jeez, how long has it
Literally-
been? It's been like 9 months.
This has been the longest XP drought I've ever
Like,
had.
what, 4 times in 9 months?
Oh my god!
And
I
I'll
find it
say-
funny that our first session in 2022 is the 22nd session.
It was not.
No,
It
no,
was
last
the-
session was 21st.
Oh, that's some.
This
We've
one's
not had
22,
that.
right?
Like
This is
20.
This is the 21st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And let me tell you, you know how many sessions we've had on Tuesday, October 1st?
None.
5.
4 or 5.
This is the
I-
5th session
yeah.
in one day. Sometimes there's like month time skips between sessions. Other times it's just a hell of a fucking day.
Yeah.
The delinquent or the collective, that happens all the time too. So yeah, that's where we're gonna end. I don't have any outro music because it's all copyrighted, and I don't have a playlist, and I need to build one now. So,
Hey,
please level
Brett.
up. Hey,
Brett, if you get like mad money from Twitch, do we all get a cut?
yes,
No.
Woo!
yeah, you all get a cut if we make mad money, but that's
Mad
not the goal.
money.
The goal is to have these on file so I can save them,
Oh, okay, I got you.
and so other players can watch and learn about the other campaigns. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
This is Twitch. They don't support their small creators.
no.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, thank you, everybody. That's where we're gonna end it today. So, we'll end the stream. Have a good night, stream viewers. We don't love you, but we appreciate
love you.
being here.
Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell at the top right of your screen.